last session, you guys fought not only one chimera, but two, and prevailed amidst a couple of players being charmed by the opposite team and making it a little more difficult for you guys to complete your task. But after the fires were put out by the rainstorm that came through, Ben was happy that you not only took out the chimeras, but you were able to save his crop that was located in the back of the District 10 wagon that they were trying to make their escape on. And one of your party members even managed to grab a little bit of this hero's wart, as it's known and called. And as a couple of you were experimenting with the new drug, one of you got a message in your head from one of your handlers, Cassius, saying, "They're coming, don't run, just be honest, and everything will be okay." The ship showed up and through different means was able to put all of you aboard. And as you were awaiting instructions or what was going to happen, you met the Emperor of the capital, Mr. Xavier Rose, who basically said that you guys were getting enough attention so that he couldn't just dismiss you, but that he would like for you to help him out with a problem that he had that potentially one of your members caused. And while you were being given these instructions, you were being whisked away to your next location. And with that, I will say that we are still in transit to your next location, as all of you are being flown through the mountains, making your way to this mine that a couple of you are very familiar with. I would say that probably Fezzik and Rain are both very familiar with this mine, being ones that have worked in them for most of their lives. And as you're being flown out there, I remembered, Rain, you had said that you had wanted to make a perception check with Barrow, and I think Barrow rolled a nat 20, didn't he?
I don't remember, but I'm gonna say, yep,
I believe
I
he did.
agree.
I agree
So-
also.
Sounds good.
And as you were rolling that perception check, I remembered you saying you were looking for signs or hearing anything about the Emperor still being aboard the ship.
Oh,
And
that
you-
one, yeah.
And you still didn't hear anything, but while you're hearing and vision are going through his, you do hear a couple of the guards talking back and forth about, well, what are we going to do with them? I don't know. I mean, we were told to get him on the ship, and that's all we were told so far. What do you think's going to happen? I mean, for all I know, they're probably going to bring him back to the capital and either try him for treason or, I mean, theft if nothing else. Who knows? Well, I mean, as long as he doesn't give us any problems, I don't care. And that's all you're able to glean from that. And so as you're flying through the mountains to your destination, you land probably about 2 hours outside of where the mine shaft is, and as all of you are being escorted off the ship, all of you are there except for Hatterick. You don't see him anywhere. And as the ship is about to take off, a smaller humanoid figure is quickly shoved down the steps and lands on the ground about 40 feet away from all of you as a mask
My
is tossed
God,
back to
Haderach,
them.
what did they do to you?
And as the mask is tossed back, the figure stands up and puts it on. And you hear one of the guards go, "All right, You've been given your assignment. It's either this or death. It's your choice. And with that, Catterson, would you like to introduce your character and describe what they are able to see at this point?
Well, you said that they tossed his mask within, so they already saw his face.
Well, they
kind
did
of, right?
not. So they're
Not
far enough away where they can't see
necessarily.
your face.
Okay.
So it's just a humanoid figure.
Well, so all of you see like a childlike figure with green skin and who appears to be wearing a fish mask of sorts. From the very from the corners of like where the fish's mouth is, but you can see like two like glints in it, presumably his eyes, as he seems to be wrapped around with like a tattered old cloak. But as he kind of like moves about, kind of like scratches his arm a little bit, he reveals his body, which is extremely muscular. And on his body, you can see these wave-like tattoos, like almost resembling the torrents of like the ocean waves crashing across. He's also wearing saggy black pants, and he seems to be also wield this curved, ornate short sword. He turns to look at you all, and in a croaking voice, he asks, "I'm close. How far will you go?"
Oh.
Rain smacks himself in the face. Please, not another goblin.
You do indeed see the goblin, or at least the
Hmm.
color of the skin would indicate as such.
Do you think they turned Haderach into a goblin?
I find that
Kara is
unlikely.
very
Are there any
Kara is very confused. Where did
enforcers
Haderach go?
still nearby?
Yes, the gate to the deck to the ship is still on the ground, and there's a guard standing in the doorway.
I'll ask them, who is this and what the hell have you done with Haderach?
Well, your friend here, Mr. Haderach, is being charged with treason against the Capitol, and we are going to take him in for further questioning and for him to face his crimes. We have reason to believe that the issue with the Emperor's bounty was solely this man's fault, and the rest of you have been cleared so far. But as far as this guy, well, I wouldn't want to be him.
The bounty being the incident at the caravans?
Yes, that is correct. The one you were already questioned about.
I knew
What
it.
the hell happened at the caravans, Rain?
It was Haderach. He must have been the one that set that whatever they were containing in one of those cabins free. I should have known
So
based
you
on how
did
exhausted
know
he looked in the
that-
morning.
So you knew that it was Haderach.
I had a hunch, but I guess this confirms it.
Is there a
Kara
table
just
nearby?
like face palms and looks back at the newest addition to their team.
Is there a what nearby?
Well,
Is there a table nearby?
No, there's only a loading ramp. You're kind of out in the middle of the wilderness, about 2 hours away from where the
And
the
Just to be
destination
clear,
is.
you said that this is the mine that specifically like Rain and Fezzik have worked at before?
You may not. This may not be the your home mine that you've worked in, but you definitely know of this mine, or maybe have worked in it before.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But so you're
well,
familiar with where the entrance to it is.
Alright, well, I suppose we should lead the party there then, Fezzik.
Oh yeah. By the way, is it Fezzik? Where's Fezzik?
Present.
Yeah, this was supposed to be for you guys, and he hands you the bag that was previously identified.
Oh yeah, I remember. Oh, nice.
I thought Tally had
So-
have this bag.
No, Hederick had it.
Oh.
And I'm
Oh.
assuming as we go through the motions
Oh.
of what you guys did last time, as you dump out the bag, you find a couple of Haderick's effects. You find his skull, you find his armor, you find the Surprisingly, you find 6 applications of Heroes Warts, 6 rolled cigarettes.
Ooh. Fez takes
Ooh.
those.
You also find the broken down tent with the, what you can only assume is the necklace that is the arcane lock, or the key for the arcane lock.
Are there any scraps of food?
Let's
Rain.
see.
All you can think about is food. Your friend is potentially going to his death row.
Evens yes, odds no. So yeah,
Fortunate.
you do
I'll
not
have
find
to,
any food.
I'll have to garner some along the way sometime. Now that our lead chef's gone missing.
Fezzik approaches the new figure in their group and he puts out a big meaty hand. He says, "Hey there, partner. What district you from?"
And you would be
District.
from District 12.
A fellow District 12 citizen. Oh, I hate to know how you ended up here like us, but good to have you in the group.
Roll me.
Minds may play tricks, but in districts is internalists.
Okay. Well, to the mine we go.
Why did I half expect that to rhyme or something?
Maybe he's a poet. You know.
Right, well, so long as you prove useful in some regard.
Friends makes amends. And you see the mysterious figure just kind of like force its way into the group.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Okay.
What's your name, pal?
Carp diem.
Carpe Diem. Oh, that's
Hmm.
good name.
Hmm.
And also inside the bag of holding,
Huh.
you find Hatterick's EMP 120 earpiece.
Oh, why don't you take that, Carp? You probably need that.
Carp just takes a look at it before giving it. He kind of like sticks it in through his fish mask. You can hear a bit of a lick on it.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Well, at least we have Carpe Diem.
You have some big shoes to fill. Hatterick was mysterious, but he's quite talented at a number of things.
Progress is a process.
He is going to speak in rhymes, isn't he?
Well, he definitely is gonna sound smarter than you most of the time.
And Carp, if you look in your inventory, I've added the EPM 120 earpiece, and it should have
Okay.
the specs on it and what you can do with it.
So it's in my
It should be in your equipment. And then
I don't see it, so let me
you may have
refresh.
to refresh.
Well, should we head off to the mine then?
Well, I
Sure.
did want to try to ask to get a sense of what this new companion can do, but honestly, I feel like it won't be a very easy thing to accomplish based on the way he's been talking.
Oh, come on. Give him a shot.
Yeah, people
Pretty
perform
sure you
best
didn't
under
know
pressure.
what I had before we started walking together. He's gonna
Well, I
be
guess
fine.
it'll be a surprise then.
So
And
who's got the bag of beans?
that's what I was just about to ask. So I think
I think-
Floats was given the bag of beans, correct?
I think so.
I think so.
Okay.
Sure, I'll take them.
Bag.
I mean, one of them was kind of licked by Tally, but we don't know where it
I believe
ended up.
you all stopped her from eating it, so
Yes.
And then, do I have the bag of holding on me?
yes, I already put it on your inventory. You may have to refresh.
Nice. Fezzik ties that around his tool belt.
And then Floats bag of beans has been added to your inventory. And then
Just saying that Tally is
Fezzik,
gonna
I
grab
also
the bag
added
of
your-
holding.
I also added the tent
Well, she
and the
had
tent
it,
key.
but
Yep.
just saying that you're in potential danger, Fezzik.
Yeah, well, you need to drop this off somewhere. I don't like this.
And then also, Fezzik, as you dumped out the bag, there's a note, as well as 60 gold pieces worth of medicinal herbs and 340 additional gold pieces. And the note reads, I know I agreed to pay you, and it seems that you had to leave without collecting it. I'm sorry, but I had to spend a substantial portion of it actually getting this package to you. Just make sure that the blue guy and the girl don't get any of this since they tried to steal from me. Regardless, prove them wrong and make District 12 proud.
And this is
Signed, Ben Dabbler.
340
Can
gold
I
pieces.
read the note?
So there's 340 gold pieces, and then there's 60 gold worth of medicinal herbs in there.
Hey Fezzik, what did he write?
I would like to take the medicinal herbs.
Hey, and this is Fezzik is doing this privately at the moment.
Well, you guys
Yes,
dumped out
but I
everything.
still
and
can
it
see
has
I
to
think
be
we all
dumped
see
out
it.
on the ground.
Can I do it? Oh, okay.
You can. I mean, considering like there's a giant tent in there and everything else, I'm pretty sure it would be nearly impossible to stealthily do this. But
Well, why don't we divide this up equally?
Well, I don't mind what we do with the coin, but I assume that if we aren't going to hand the herbs to Tally, then I would probably be the only other person who can do anything with them.
and as you
what,
look
Fezzik?
around,
do
Tali
something,
is
but
spaced out and not really
whatever
paying
you
attention.
want.
So
Well, why don't we split up this money then 5 ways?
Fair enough.
I would like to plant a bean and water it.
already going there, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't.
Or
Should we
why
all
don't
back away?
Okay. So you remove a bean from the bag
Well,
and
I'm
you
gonna
plant
do this,
it.
secretly. I want to plant it secretly.
Okay. Roll me a stealth check.
While they're all going through the
Did you
stuff, I'm
secrets?
kinda
Roll.
like,
Just roll me a stealth check.
We're in the middle of like a wilderness, just like. Okay.
Oof. Okay. Everybody that wants to roll me a perception check.
Considering I'd probably have Barrow out to be scouting the way to the mines, would I be able to make it with him?
Kara doesn't
I will say
care.
since you had him out on the ship, sure.
Fezzik is counting out of the money. He doesn't care.
Oh, the 23 nat 20. Let's go.
Ooh.
Was anybody else rolling to perceive?
No, Kara doesn't
Okay.
care. They can do whatever they want.
Art perceives.
Okay. So as Barrow is up in the air, you catch a glimpse of Floats off by himself, kind of squatting down over something. But you
I'm gonna
can't
creep up
quite
behind
make
him.
sure you can't quite make out what it is. All right. So you're just gonna go over there, go see him.
I'm gonna try and creep up behind him.
All right.
Should I roll a stealth
Are you?
check?
Oh, so you're trying to actually sneak up on him. Okay, sure. Yeah, roll
Mhm.
me a stealth check.
Okay. It's a 24.
Oh yes.
And Floats, roll me a perception check. So you don't hear him. So you think you're alone.
Floats, you hear a whisper literally right next to your ear. What are you doing?
whoa, darling. Whoa, why you gotta sneak up on me like that?
Yeah, buddy, can we please let the group know before we start planting the magical beans that could turn into literally anything? Would be a little bit, nice for us to know.
Oh no, it's just gonna be a giant statue of myself. After all, I am kind of vain.
Alright, let's see it then.
All right,
But
Floats.
why in the middle of the forest? I have so many
so-
questions.
Roll me a D100.
Forgot, this is like the worst thing. I'm so mad.
What is it? R
/ R space 1D100.
Mm. Rain, just take a dodge action. Be a lad.
I back up like 15 feet.
And as you do that, can Carp attempt to sneak up on Rain?
Carp isn't sure what's going on right now.
Isn't sure
so
what's
there-
going on?
Well,
Because
you
he
didn't have
rolled
roll high enough
18 against
perception, so both of
fortitude.
them have snuck away, and at this point you're
Oh, okay.
standing
Okay.
with the rest of the group going over what's in that bag.
Okay. In that case,
Try it again.
Carp is going to.
There we go.
Ah.
52. All right. So
We just hear an explosion.
oh god. Okay.
We are dead.
And roll this real quick. Okay. So, yeah. So you guys plant it, and about a minute goes by. But what were you saying Carp was doing over there with the rest of the group?
Carp is just going to take a bit of the hero's wort and nearby corner he's going to start smoking it.
Wait, okay. Can I try to police this? Hold on there, buddy. Wait,
So-
that's valuable stuff.
So actually, as you see him over there, Fezzik, you start counting the hero's wart, and none of it's missing out of the bag.
Oh, Then I'll just walk up to him from behind. Yeah. Hey, buddy, you got your own cigarettes there?
My own personal stash. Oh, so rash.
That
I
could
think
prove
it-
useful, actually. You gotta let us know where you got that sometime.
Yes! Smoke up! And you just see, just kind of stick it underneath his mask and just.
I like the way you think, pal.
I already like him a little bit more.
And as
I wonder what Rain and Floats are doing right now.
and as you say that,
Oh, that's right. Where are they?
you hear a loud crack. And as you spin to look over, you see Rain and Floats kind of standing around off in the distance a little bit. And with that crack, the ground splits a little in front of them. And 11 bright pink toads start crawling forth.
Do you think they ate the bean?
Is there anything special about them?
You're not sure.
Well, that's interesting.
Carpe do you know what we're smoking?
Are they just regular sized?
They're
frogs?
just bright pink regular sized toads.
I'll look at Floats and I'll be like, pretty accurate.
Carp is going to respond as he says, I know not what I smoke. All I know is I'm going broke.
Oh, well, speaking of money, I finished counting it out for all of us. If everyone wants to get their share.
Sure.
So we all get 56 gold, including Tally. Put it aside for when Tally's more in the zone.
Now, didn't Ben say not to give it to Tally?
Yeah, I'm choosing to disagree with that portion of the note. We are a
And
group,
what gives
and
you the right to
Alright.
disagree?
No, I think it was referring to Floats and Kara.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
well,
I see.
I'm still choosing to disagree with that because he doesn't know the whole story.
Said the blue guy and the girl, which he didn't specify, so.
Well, everyone gets 56 gold, and that's how it is.
Treasure? For me? Are you sure?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna give you any because you didn't really help out, but then you said you were going through money troubles, so I figured, might as well help out.
Coins.
56?
Flows. Yeah.
Yep, 56 gold. And technically, there's some change left over. I don't know if anyone wants to take that.
And as you guys are divvying up the gold and counting it out and having this discussion, about a minute goes by, and all of the pink toads just.
No.
Oh.
Hold on.
Okay.
Because as they were doing that, I would like to turn around and be like, "Oh, look at what these pink toads. Have you ever seen these?" And I would like to reach down and grab one.
All right. And as you reach down and grab one of these toads, Let's see. Let's find something interesting. Oh, here we go. This will be an easy one. Let's see. I already have a table. Perfect. Okay. So, I don't have a map or anything for this, but we'll do a little theater of the mind. So as Floats bends down and picks this up, it starts to writhe and squirm, and as it begins to split and bend, this pink frog bursts. And when it bursts, Floats. Okay. So yeah, as it bursts, make me a Constitution saving throw. All right, with a 24, you manage to shrug off whatever poison this thing just threw on you. And as it hits the ground, you look down, and it is a small swarm of poisonous snakes. And since this isn't a very difficult monster, I will just start with Floats since he's right next to it, and we'll work our way down the line. What would you like to do, Floats?
So it's like just a whole bunch of snakes on the ground?
It is a swarm of tiny beasts.
I guess I'm just gonna back away and be like, did y'all see that? It just transformed into this swarm of tiny beasts on the ground. Do you think these frogs just change whenever we touch them? Should we try another?
Floats, do you mind not exploding poor frogs? We need to go.
And as Floats is spinning back around to explain this to you, the snakes begin to squirm and slither all around his feet. And Floats, you can feel them biting at your ankles, but none of the attacks are getting through at the moment. Rain, what would you like to do?
I'll give Floats a pat on the back and say, "Yep, statue of you, alright," and just head back to the rest of the group.
Panda? Kara? Anything you would like to do?
I mean, how far they're away? Like you said that they're
I'd say
pretty
at this
in
point,
the distance.
They might be like 40 to 50 feet off from you guys.
I can see that something is moving like at his feet, but I don't have to see snakes in them.
You saw the pop, and as you look around the bottom of Floats' feet, I would say yes, you could see tons of wriggling, writhing little serpentine creatures.
Yeah, Floats, they look disgusting. You might want to move out before they start moving more. And Kara will just turn around and go.
And Physic, would you like to do anything?
Just looking at the snakes, are they like just completely on top of Floats to the point where like if I wanted to hit them, I would be hitting Floats?
They are technically occupying his space.
Yep, Floats, why don't you just... they don't look that harmful. We should just probably get going. We're on a bit of a time crunch. I think you can handle it.
And Carp, you've seen this blue man bend down, pick up a frog that then transformed into a bunch of wriggling small snakes. Is there anything you would like to do?
First, Carp is going to declare, "What a rip! I must be on a trip!" And Carp is actually going to move over to investigate.
All right, I'll say with your movement, yeah, you could definitely make it over there.
Yeah, so you'll see Carp move at like this move pretty fast as he kind of dashes his way over. And as he approaches, how do the snakes react?
The snakes are very interested in floats, and it seems like that is their prime objective.
Carp tells Floats, "My friend, serpent's fangs bring pain's bangs."
Am I able to respond?
Yeah, I would say you could respond with something.
Well put, darling. Well put.
Carp is just going to draw his blade as he points at the snakes, and he's going to say, "A cut to make one's luck."
All right. Roll to hit if you are planning to make an attack.
Well, he's not actually. He's just kind of like
Oh, he's
pointing at the
okay.
snakes with the blade. Nah, he's not making a hit.
Okay.
He kind of like looks at like Floats as if questioning, or he tilts his head as if questioning.
Oh, so you're asking Floats if you want him to, if he wants you to attack it.
Yes.
Floats, it is
Just gonna
your turn.
look at him and be like, "It's okay, darling. They're not really causing any problems. They're just here. I'm just gonna go ahead and move away."
And how far do you move away?
Attack of opportunity from snakes.
Disengage.
And I guess I'm just gonna kind of try to move around them and walk towards the rest of the group.
Are you disengaging?
Am I able to disengage?
You have your action. You can you can take the disengage action.
Yeah, sure. I'll disengage.
All right. And you're using your movement to move back towards the group?
Yes.
All right. And
Carp
as
is
you
going to follow, and he's going to say, "Away, away. We'll find a way."
And as you move away, these snakes, the group of them, slither back towards you, Floats, and again occupy the same space as you, wriggling and writhing beneath your feet, and they attempt to take bites at you.
Well, looks
Did
like
that
a
roll?
curse. Good job, Floats.
And
Carp just kind of
does a 25 hit.
Does a 25 hit for me?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
And Floats, this time as these snakes are wrapping themselves around your legs, you feel several of them start to find the chinks in your armor, and they deal... I'm going to re-roll that because I can't figure out what this is trying to... We're just going to do this. So you take 9 points of damage, and I need you to make another Constitution saving throw. And with an 18 again, you start to feel something pulse in from these snakes, but you shrug it off.
"Are you sure you don't want those worms censured?"
At this point, I guess I'm gonna try to start killing them.
Okay.
And Carpe, if you'd lend to help, that would be very grateful.
And so is it safe to say that Rain, Kara, and Fezzik are all still ignoring these snakes?
Well, if I see them going to try and kill him, I'll help out.
Okay, how about Rain and Kara?
I guess I'll sigh and draw my sword as well.
I'm gonna because they're it's already 4 people trying to stab at the snakes. They don't need more cluttering around.
Okay. So I'll say, Rain, go ahead and make a psi attack.
I'll be like,
Yeah, I feel like we
don't run
kind of
into
got demoted.
trouble.
We got
If we don't
demoted
run
from
into
fighting
trouble,
chimeras to
we'll
snakes.
apparently make our own trouble. Can't get to the mines without a break. As I roll and attack?
You can roll to hit if you would like to attack
That's a
them.
12.
And as these things
It's a
are
very
moving
half-assed attempt.
around, occupying the same space as floats, go ahead and roll me damage.
9.
And as the rapier plunges towards these small snakes, floats, you feel it go into your thigh, and you take 9 more piercing damage.
I yell out dramatically, "Oh, I've been charmed by a goblin."
And Kara said she's staying back. Fezzik, what would you like
Kara
to do?
just like breaks out laughing at this joke.
It's pretty good.
Oh.
Fezzik will just stay where he is and cast a firebolt at the massive snakes.
And is that a
Yeah,
hit
he's
or is that a save DC?
hysterical.
Yeah, that is a 2-hit, and that is a 17.
17 does hit. Go
Oh.
ahead and roll the
Nice.
damage.
Nice
14. Nice. So yeah, as the firebolt lands at Floats' feet, a couple of these snakes burn and begin to just shrink and turn into little crispy snakes. And Carp,
Harp is going to slice and dice.
go for it.
All right. He's going to switch. He's going to draw his curved blade, and he's going to cut once.
Go ahead and roll me the
And?
damage.
All right.
Poor floats.
He slices other hands.
Floats
My
as
God.
Carp attempts his first attack. You feel his blade cut across your shoulder and you take 11 damage.
Jesus Christ, Kara is like, oh shit! She runs up to Floats trying to cure wounds. Guys,
Well,
stop it!
you can do that in a minute. So,
Oh,
Mistake.
oh my
A
god.
mistake.
so now
We'll rake. I
Go
will
ahead.
make another attack.
go for it.
Yeah.
A 21 will hit.
Mm.
Go ahead and roll damage. 10. So yeah, your first strike misses, but your second strike lands true as it knocks about 4 more of these snakes, cutting them in half and laying them asunder beside Floats.
And then I'm going to start punching the snakes.
Okay,
Punch the snake.
go for it.
So as Carp turns around, he brings out his fist and just starts punching them.
Go ahead and roll me damage. Floats, this
Just punch this.
guy in a fish mask, you can't tell if he's trying to help or hurt you, because the next punch that comes through clocks you right in the chin for 11 damage.
Punch again.
Jesus.
Go for it. An 18 will hit.
Stop hitting me!
Alright, for 8 damage.
Congrats, you punched the snake in the face.
And as
Can
you guys are
imagine,
watching,
like, just like Monk hitting everything around you, like he's trying to hit the snake, but he hits the snake and your liver.
and as you guys are watching, you're noticing that it seems that these weapon attacks and clenched fist attacks that Carp is doing to these snakes isn't doing quite as much damage as it probably should.
Would my attack speed magical have anything to do with it?
No.
Would they okay. In that case, Carp is going to say, "Progress is a process. Away, away, time to fly." And he runs away.
And Floats, what are you gonna do?
Attack of opportunity from
He can't, or they can't actually.
Yeah,
And that is-
I'm assuming you were gonna bonus action disengage, or actually used your bonus action for for
Well,
fury
no,
of
because
blows, but
no, because I actually have mobile.
oh, okay. I did not know
So
that.
mobile, yeah. So
Yes.
mobile means that when I make a melee attack
You
against the
can
creature,
move without attacks
yeah,
of
I can-
opportunity.
exactly.
Sweet. So yeah, floats. After taking a few attacks, it's on you.
Now, are any of these like attached to me, or
They are wriggling around the bottom half of your body. They're not attack. They're not keeping you from moving.
okay? With that, I'm gonna be like, hold on, darlings. I'm gonna try something. I've never tried this before, so I hope it turns out well. And with that, I am going to Misty Step 30 feet away.
Nice. And that is your bonus action, so you still have your movement and your action. So yeah, you guys now, this being the first time you've used it, what does the Misty Step look like?
The Misty Step, it's like a bluish mist that just kind of appears around me and then disappears really quick. And then the same when I come back 30 feet away.
So almost having stepped through some sort of otherworldly doorway, you watch as this blue mist envelops floats and transports him 30 feet away.
All right, cool. So, should we head to the mine, everyone?
Yep.
Now,
Wait,
do
what
I
happened to
need
the
Or-
serpents?
try to
What
attack
happened to the
them
serpents?
after me?
Serpents are still there. They're still in the space that floats was in.
Oh.
Let's book it.
Yeah, we can just leave, I think. Hopefully those don't, invade the local species, but, I think it'll be fine.
Fly away to fight another day.
Aren't you right, Carp?
As we're walking
As
away,
Car
Rain will
just runs
throw
away.
a toll dot at it.
Okay, sure. Wisdom save?
Uh-huh. DC 15.
Let's see. Ooh.
Wisdom save? What?
Yeah, they fail. So go ahead and roll me 2d12.
Okay.
4.
4.
All right. So yeah, you watch as a couple of them kind of shrivel up in a black mass as it almost seems that the life's being pulled out of their bodies. And I'll say with that, there's so few of them left that yeah, you guys, as floats basically disappears from them, what would their... Yeah, no. They're not quite sure where floats went and begin to scatter off into the woods.
So what was that about, Floats? Where did you find this frog?
And we'll say after that that yes, the rest of the frogs, as you turn around and look, have all vanished.
Actually, I don't think the frogs disappear.
After 1 minute, they disappear.
The monsters disappear after 1 minute when they change into it.
You're not supposed to know that, okay? You have a bag of beans. You don't know what they do.
Just
I
want to
mean-
make sure this game is played right, man.
I mean, we did identify them. So do we know from identify all the effects?
I
or
mean,
no?
we cannot tell that it's the Beano bags from the other universe, you know?
Either way, Carp is going to approach Floats, and he's actually going to try and sneak something into his pockets.
Okay.
Is Floats he or she?
It's a he.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then
me
you
and
hear
roll
the
me a
sounds
sleight
of
of
the
hand.
tinkles. Or do I need to make a check for this?
Or you said you're trying to sneak it in there?
Yes.
Yeah, sleight of hand.
Okay.
And Floats, roll me a
Can
perception
I-
check.
can I
Well, what is your
perceive?
passive, Floats? Your passive is... Yeah, go ahead and roll me a perception check, Floats.
Can I try and perceive that?
Well, let me get Floats' in it, but yeah. So yeah, Kara, you notice that Carp tries to slide something into Floats' pocket, and Floats, you feel a little tug on your pocket, and as you spin around, you see Carp standing there.
Can I help you, darling?
You see in Carp's hands 2 gold pieces, and he kind of like holds up the 2 gold pieces to you as he says, "An apology to disappear away today's misery."
Aww. This adventure is getting more confusing by the day, but at least it is getting better.
Can we please head to the mines?
Does Floats accept the 2 gold pieces?
Yes, Floats will accept the 2 gold pieces. And say, "Thank you, darling. I appreciate it."
Runs away.
That's a nice system. You can pay people to hurt them.
With that, I'm gonna go ahead and use Second Wind on myself.
Okay.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, that was really good. All right.
Yeah,
So
going
yes.
back to half my life.
Do what?
If you need more healing, Kara would definitely like cure wounds you.
I'm good for now. I'm
So
at
that-
half life.
What was
Okay.
that? You took
I don't like it.
you took 9, 11, and 11, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Here, 5 more HP. How far are the mines?
So, yeah, as you guys are wrapping this up, yeah, Fezzik and Rain, you both would know the mines are probably about a 2-hour walk.
Oh, better get going, I guess.
You would
Rain
know it's
walks
kind of
ever
the
faster.
easternly direction. And yeah, as you guys
Kara grows bored and starts chasing Rain.
And as you're all doing this, Carp will appear from a nearby bush as he says, "Why spend the time to go to the mines?"
Oh, that's right.
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
That's right. Why are we going to the mines again?
The best.
And you would
fucking-
all remember the specific instructions given to you by the Emperor saying to go fix this problem for him as recompense for the group.
Yeah, I would turn to Carp and say, well, essentially, the individual who you're replacing for our team caused a bit of a mess, and we're being sent there to clean up after him.
In that case, I am Speed. Let me take the lead.
Yeah, whatever you say, Lady McQueen. You know, if you want to go ahead, then sure.
Canon.
Carp will
By the way,
salute, and he will
Rain-
disappear to take the lead.
Rain doesn't know that Carp is a goblin, but he's pretty sure.
None of you,
Because-
none of you have actually seen him, but
Kara starts chasing.
I'm beginning to
Green-
think that Rain is just racist against goblins.
If he wasn't before, he definitely is now.
So yes, you guys plunge through the woods, and there's a really clear-cut path that leads to the mines. There are several carts that move different minerals and mostly coal out of these mines to different parts of the districts, whether it be for trains or whatever other transport it is to move the products wherever they need to go. So the path is very easy to follow, no survival check necessary. And as you guys approach the mines, what is the marching order? I will say you guys can go probably about 3 abreast.
Carp is taking
Okay.
taking the lead.
Kara is second.
Okay, so would you be trying to keep up with Carp, Kara?
Yep.
Okay. Carp, are you gonna let her keep pace with you?
Depends. Can
She
she
is
keep
not
up?
as fast as you.
I can't. If you have 40 feet of movement, I will fall off.
She does not have 40 feet.
Harp is going to go at max speed as he shouts out, "Speed is war!"
All right.
Car is struggling and trying to run faster.
Can I have Barrow keep pace with them?
Sure. Yeah, that's easy enough. Barrow's got, what,
Yeah.
60 feet of fly speed?
Mm-hmm.
Totally doable.
That boy is fast.
All right,
Barrow's
so
an
we'll
owl,
say,
by the way.
kind of pulling up behind, we'll put Fezzik floats in rain altogether.
But as we actually enter the cave, was there anything of note, like by the entrance, or is it just like?
So, as you guys are walking down this path, and you begin to get closer to where the mine is supposed to be, Rain, you would know that you guys are getting very close. Same with you, Fezzik. And as you all begin to approach the mines, everybody roll me a perception check. All right. So I've got Carp, Rain, Fezzik. Floats. You there, Floats?
Sorry, I walked away for a second.
Nope.
What's up?
Perception check. Okay. Why do I feel like I'm missing somebody?
Incredibly
Kara?
feeling.
Did you make a perception check? Oh, yeah, you did. There it is. It was under your cure wounds. That's why I missed it. My bad.
Oh.
So, yes, as you all are beginning to approach the entrance to these mines, Carp, you being in the lead would notice it first, but as you get closer, you notice 4 of these odd-looking creatures. They vaguely look human, but their clothes are tattered and torn asunder, and as you begin to get closer and the rest of the group trailing, one of the ones in front steps forward with its arms raised, and it begins to speak.
Jesus Christ, what?
Are you here to help us? Are you here to break our curse?
Harp is going to say, "Break a curse or one's purse."
A curse?
He is trying to say that we'll try our best.
Yes. Are you going into the mines?
Actually, can I insight check that?
Sure, go for it. Yeah, so looking at him, he looks very worn down but earnest with his question.
But in terms of them being cursed, does that seem truthful?
I'm let's see. Would your character have any roll me a medicine check.
Medicine. Oh boy. What would a fish know of human anatomy?
Apparently a
out
lot.
it
Turns
is.
out
So-
everything.
Yeah, so you, as you take a look over this body, it almost looks like a regular human, but it has exaggerated features that seem like almost like the flesh is starting to slaw off, and it's definitely unnatural. Whether or not it's a curse, you may not be able to peg, but with your insight check along with your medicine check, you would feel that probably yes, this, with as sincere as this creature seems and what seems to be happening to their bodies, you would think that more than likely it could be a curse.
Laid low by fate. What a fate!
She did it to us. She freed us. But in doing so, we're tied to this mine, this area. The further we venture out in search of food, the more don't come back.
Well, that's not creepy at all. Kara just takes
you have a name?
cautiously.
I do. Long forgotten. Ustulo, I believe.
Ustulo?
Ustalo. But it's a vague memory.
How long have you been like this?
Hello?
What were you before?
Since she came, we slept. She offered us a way out. She tricked us.
Were you in the mines? And Rain takes a worried look at his bloodied handkerchief.
Yes. All of us were set free.
You were set free, so you were stuck.
We still are.
Was
We're
there a
still
collapse?
tethered. No. She released us.
Released you from what?
Our prison. Deep in the mines.
Like a physical prison?
Yes.
And why were you imprisoned? In a mine, of all places.
It's not important. The mine itself was not the prison. It's ancient. Our prison was ancient.
Rain's just gonna
They
turn around
don't
to Fezzik.
sound like demons
say, like-
at all, Rain, right?
Fezzik, they're not making any sense.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of these guys, but we know what we're here for.
She told us if we helped, she would set us free. But
Help
she
with
still
what?
bound us.
Who is she? How does she breathe?
The hag.
She's the woman that our former associates set free.
A hag? Then we shall make her into a bag!
Oh, no. Mm.
I like the way you think.
Hmm.
We will let you pass.
Rain, will they let us through?
If you help free us.
And how would we do that?
Deep in the mines. That is where the tether is.
Will we know it when we see it?
Yes. It's in a room. Deep within the mines. Within the ruins.
Now, question to the DM. Does
Yes.
this... Can I get a clarification on what the precise objective of us heading to the mines was? Because I remembered being to undo some kind of effect that this hag had on the mine?
Yes. So that plus stop things from coming out of there and figure out what happened to the workers.
Stop things from coming out of there.
Yes.
Okay, I will ask him. Before you became what you are now, were you a worker in the mines?
We were like you. Except without this curse.
Can I
We
insight
just
check
want to rest. Yeah, go ahead.
that? The 20.
With a 20, you get the sense that what this creature's idea of being freed was not what she gave them.
Now, with the 20, would I be able to tell that they're trying to avoid directly answering whether they were workers in the mine?
Well, from him saying that they were in an ancient prison, you gather they probably weren't.
So they are not workers. They've
No,
been here
they-
much longer.
Yes.
All right.
How many afflicted with this curses? Oh, how many afflicted with this curses, Crit?
All of us. And as he says that, you start to see a couple more kind of stick their heads out of the bushes. And with Tali not, well, so we'll say that by proxy, Tali is kind of close behind the group, and Tali speaks up and says, those were the things I saw in the woods the very first night that we came off the trail.
Hmm.
They were making horrible noises.
An ambush in the bush?
And
Perhaps we should take a moment to ourselves to discuss.
by all means, if that's what you need.
One question, actually. When you said just wanted to rest, what does that mean?
This is not our world. Being bound to this flesh is not our idea of freedom. If you sever the tie deep within the ruins, then we should be able to rest.
This sounds very confusing and totally safe.
Why don't we get into a
You
group
guys
huddle?
trust them?
Group huddle.
Group huddle.
Take your time. And as you all go into your group huddle, these four will move further back down the path,
Oof. Jesus Christ.
and these two will follow.
Holy guacamole.
I
Not
don't
the
know.
mines that I'm used to working. Isn't that right, Fezzik?
Yeah, that was different. Well, I don't know. It seems like I think they just wanted to die. I think that whatever is on them is not letting them die.
Well, maybe we could ask them if we could sever their mortal ties for them. Here now.
Brain, can you stop thinking about killing stuff for a second?
Well, I think
Well, if that's what they
to die.
want.
But I think it sounds to me like the only way we're gonna do that is by getting what's in the mines. Like I assume they've probably tried
Exactly.
to
Yep.
die.
I see.
I mean,
What-
it's like, if it's gonna, like, set them, like, loose, I would much rather have them die from the thing that we're gonna do, and not them die just because of the accidental stabby stab.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't even know if that would work. Like their flesh is like falling off. Like if they're not dead at this point, I think there's something keeping them that way. You know.
They're capable of eating things that are kind of human, so
Now, a point
the
of
sooner
caution.
we get set them free, the better.
Now, DM interjection, you have not seen them eating anything, so
A point of caution.
Oh,
We saw what happened
that's
to,
true.
or I suppose we didn't see what happened to Haderach after he perhaps intentionally let something loose that he wasn't supposed to. If I recall correctly, we were given strict orders from the Emperor himself to not let anything out of these mines. If by off chance we've been had, and the moment we break that tether, they're set loose upon this world. That might be it for us.
Rain. You know what you're doing there? You're thinking, and you don't have to overthink this stuff. We just go there, we release those people, and whatever happens afterwards,
Yeah,
it's not our problem.
Isn't the one we're trying to stop? She's what caused this. No, like I think she's
Yes,
the one who killed all those people back at the camp, presumably, and I believe she's the source of this curse. It seems so. I think stopping her seems like priority number one. Makes the most sense.
Yes.
And
I
think
agree.
she
Stopping
might
her
be.
is priority number one.
I think she's the stop. Well, unless they did say they were from the mine, so I guess maybe they are what's not supposed to get out. But
Exactly.
If they be a threat, we simply cut them down like tents.
Yes.
Yes, but should we cut them
like your
down
mindset.
now,
But
or once they turn
let's-
into formless specters?
well, why don't
Or
we?
we could just tell them what they want to hear to head inside and then, get some more information.
Why don't we
Yes.
take one of them with us, and make sure that everything is going right. And if at any point something goes wrong with them, they change form, try to run away, we'll know something's up.
Your
Brain kinda
words
shakes
make
his head.
sense, but I'm absolutely terrified of those creatures.
Fezzik, you always think of something that I wasn't able to. This is why I listen to you.
You listen to me? That's a good one.
Kara is surprised.
Take it while you can, old man.
Not
Okay, so
like 40.
I guess
but-
that's the plan. And Kara just starts moving. She doesn't want to be there,
Right.
and she wants to get done with this
Okay,
as soon
Kara.
as possible.
So as soon as you move, we'll say up to there.
I'm gonna
Reveal.
get jumped.
So, as you move up, you can see deep down into this chasm where the mine shaft seems to be. And standing in the center, you can
That's something.
see a large group of all of these creatures, some that had just petitioned you and others that you hadn't seen before. And one of the creatures is standing atop what appears to be a large crane.
Ooh. Is there anything special about this individuals on the crane?
So the individuals that are here, here, and here, they all look a little bigger and a little more well put together than the ones that are on the outskirts.
And they're just sitting there. Or
They're all sitting there, I
doing-
get, waiting, which you can assume is waiting for you guys to approach with your answer.
And as I'm approaching, are they moving or doing anything weird?
They're just sitting there.
Okay.
Harp charges forward as he says, I only know one way. Move forward and seize the day.
And Floats, you can move your token where you'd like.
I'm trying.
Do you have control over it? Do you want me to just move it in there? There you go. Alright, cool. Now, Fezzik, as you begin to approach, the one standing on the crane holds his hand out and says, Not too close. If you stand too close to me, it's not good.
Oh, will we catch it, whatever it is?
Anything of your kind or living seems to be afflicted by something we emanate.
Rain glances once more at his bloody handkerchief.
Oh, well, Fezzik quickly kind of spins around to the group. Is like, I think we'll have to abandon that earlier plan. Let's just go in.
Sickness is such a terrible witness.
So, have you agreed to help then?
Yep. We'll go fix what's down there. Get rid of that hag.
I do just have one question.
We do it for the bits.
Have you attempted to free yourselves using conventional means of this mortal realm?
We have.
Oh, Jesus.
And it doesn't work.
Not to this point, no.
Would you like
I don't
someone
think it's gonna work.
capable with a blade to attempt it?
Right, I think they've probably been trying
Wait.
for a while.
Rain,
And we
Can
can't
we-
get close to them.
Well, something tells me I've already had a bit of exposure, perhaps.
Wait, what? Excuse what?
Never mind.
Uh,
You have an
Rain, what
answer.
did you do? Oh.
So, almost not quite ignoring you, but beginning to crank on this crane from below, you see an elevator start to work its way up and is slowly brought down in front of you guys.
Okay, I'm just gonna jump off. I'm just kidding.
Where's the elevator again?
It's basically right in front of you guys.
I use the elevator.
So you
Yeah,
can
I'll
all,
hop
yeah,
in.
you can all
I
climb
let
on.
Fezzik jump if he wants to.
Oh, because it just has an urge to jump for whatever reason, just a memory from past life.
Is it possible? Like, is the elevator like actually like? Is it like sort of like dangling in the air, or is it just kind of just like
It's on the ground, but it's attached by a rope.
on the ground?
Yeah, so the crane itself has lifted the elevator up into the air.
And then
And
it's going to like
it has
it's
been-
going to swing over and dump it down, or
Yes, it's already
Not-
sitting on the ground in front of you guys.
Carpet's going to get on top of the elevator.
So well, I should do a better job of describing this elevator. So basically, it is almost like a floor with railing around it in a square, and
Oh,
attached
okay.
at four corners are ropes that lead up to a central rope.
Okay, then. In that case,
Very
Carpet's going
safe.
to enter get into the elevator.
Okay. So does everybody get on?
I mean, if they don't seem keen on responding to my question, then yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Rain, that was very insensible comment right there.
I don't know if it's your place to tell me what's sensible and insensible, Kara.
Why would you go around, like, telling people, like, offering people to be stabbed?
I mean, like, they kind of want to die.
Exactly. I don't see what's so
Yes.
confusing about the situation.
Sense sometimes makes no sense.
That's what I'm saying, Carp. Do you see what I have to deal with every day?
Okay, I'm gonna push back on this one a little. It might have been a little little forward, but like they clearly don't want to be alive. Like
And
that,
it's not like I
guess was a
threatened
fair
them,
question.
it was just a question.
Now, danger lurks down in the murk.
You're damn
Right.
right, Carp.
All right, well down we go.
So yes, as all of you hop on the elevator, the one standing controlling it looks at all of you and just nods and says, "Thank you," and begins to lower you down this long, dark shaft. And as the elevator hits the bottom, there's a small corridor with a winding path, and it's just wide enough for each of you to go in one behind the other. How would you like to enter this area?
Kara would not be the first.
Carp is going to be the one who's going to go first.
All right.
Kara can go after Carp.
Carp. And then who?
I'll go last.
Okay.
I'll go Physic and say, ladies first.
Oh,
So does Fezzik let Rain go
me-
first?
No, Fezzik just good one. It just goes through.
So Fezzik, Rain, and then floats. Okay. All right. So as you're kind of following this narrow path, everybody roll me a perception check. And Fezzik and Rain, roll me that with advantage.
Haha.
Why them? Oh, because they know the place.
We're the dingy
Did I-
mind dwellers.
Did I? Wait.
Okay. So
How
as
dark is
everybody-
it?
It's dim light. You still have a good bit coming in from the open mine shaft above, but you would guess that by the time night hits, it's probably pitch black down here.
Mm.
And as you're all beginning to wind through this path, everybody but Kara, you all start to notice that the walls themselves go from being what your typical picks and chisels and normal tools and implements that would be used down in these caverns almost go to a man-made structure. The walls themselves are smooth, and it seems as if you're almost transitioning into something that's not part of the mine.
What does that? So like the substance itself is shifting, or just
So,
like the
The
style of it?
just the construction of this hallway.
So
Hmm.
is
So
it,
when you
so
first
is it
entered
kind
the
of
mine, it was very much like chiseled away, like people were looking for different materials and things to pull out of the mine into an actual constructed hallway. It's less function and more aesthetically pleasing.
okay? So, but is there like a shift in material? So like, if I'm getting this right, so it's kind of like rough-hewn stone at the beginning, but then it kind of
Yes.
transitions into something more like
Very
Something
smooth,
like-
very. It's all still the same mountainside material, but the application of tool to material has changed drastically.
okay, so it's still made of the same substance, but
Yes, correct.
okay.
Kara
And-
does not feel comfortable.
How does Rain feel about the structural integrity of the place?
When you first went down, it's kind of typical of District 12 construction, where, yeah, it's kind of thrown together as quickly as possible to get your quota done for the day, but as you're moving further along in this tunnel, it is very well made.
It's very what?
Well made.
And is
Okay.
that out of the ordinary compared to the mine that Rain used to work at? Like, is this
Very
something you've
much
seen
so.
the first time?
Yes, this is
That's a bit strange.
completely different.
Can Carp do something? So can Carp kind of like fiddles with his mask a little bit, and he's going to plant his ear onto the ground. Can Carp hear any vibrations coming from the ground?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
No, seems like a hallway.
A cockroach skitters in. Wait, are there any signs of life, like any sorts of like? Well, I guess that's part of the perception check, but like
Yeah,
no
that-
visible like bugs or anything like that, right?
Oddly enough, there's nothing down here. Up to this point.
Any traces of those strange, foul creatures we ran into at the top?
None. Zero.
And this is they mentioned a prison, right?
They
Rain would
have-
like to check for traps.
Okay. Yes, do that.
I'll do that too
Okay,
for anything suspicious.
that's 21.
Okay.
21. Hey.
Damn.
So, Fezzik, You're pretty sure. But as Rain kind of double checks and goes over some of your work, there are still no traps. Neither of you find anything.
Oh, Fezzik, look at that. It's a crack in the wall.
So as you twist and turn through this hallway, you eventually find your way to a set of stairs that descend a little bit lower. And as you all kind of wind your way through the stairs, move you to the next map. You find your way down these stairs, and carp in front of you, there's a portcullis made of iron. And in front of that is a foyer about 10 feet wide and 20 feet long. This narrow hall connects with this area. And on the south side, and I've actually placed a little key in the bottom left, a map key. But on the south side, or I'm sorry, that's where it connects, is on the south side. And on the north end, a 5-foot wide, I'm sorry, that was the staircase you came down. So over on this wall is a wheel, and it's set horizontally about half into the wall on the southwest corner. The wheel appears to be a crank, and above the wheel is a bronze lever, and it's set into the wall angled downward.
Hold on, the lever's set into the wall, angled downward, but the crane
Yes.
is...
So you have a wheel and a lever. The wheel itself is underneath the lever, and the lever is set in the down position.
Okay. And and we can assume that it's connected to the crane.
Possibly.
Okay.
But either way, you have a portcullis in front of you.
Could we do some kind of a check to ascertain whether it's...
Is it dark?
It's
Ironically enough, as you've maneuvered down through here, there is a dull glow, and you can't quite pinpoint where it's coming from. It's almost like it's being reflected off of all the walls on the inside, though they don't seem very shiny, not reflective enough to bounce light that far without being able to see its source. But it is dim light down here.
Damn, some architectural geniuses worked on those walls.
Harp is going to step forward.
All right. Well, so you can't quite get to there. So if
okay.
I move your character back, you can see the bars.
Okay. And what is the material of the bars?
Iron.
Is it rusted?
It is not rusted.
The glowing stones, is there any kind of sense that they might be of magical origin?
Well, you don't see any stones. You don't see where the light is emanating from, but the walls themselves almost seem to be reflecting some sort of light, though they don't appear to be shiny enough to do so.
Once again, is there some kind of a way to maybe try to see if the lever is connected to the portcullis without trying it?
Roll me an investigation check.
It's only an 11.
So with an 11, you're kind of thinking that maybe if you're able to turn that wheel, it might raise the portcullis.
But it might do anything else as well.
With an 11, yeah.
Yeah. Well, who wants to volunteer?
Well, currently nobody can reach it because of the portcullis, so... Unless somebody has a means of which to turn the wheel from the other side of the portcullis.
I can summon Fluffer Huggins.
Can Fluffer Huggins turn a wheel?
I think so. Potentially.
Floats, are you able to do that thing again that you did with the snakes? You kind of just decided to appear at a different location in the blink of an eye.
I have to wait till I take another long rest, darling.
Oh, wonderful. I'm so glad that we did that whole thing.
Can you put your like second self over there?
Can Barrow? Does it look like like Barrow could like push it down.
The gaps in the portcullis are very small, probably too small for Barrow to fit through.
I think perhaps, yeah, Floats, if you could not necessarily port yourself over, but summon your friend, whatever that thing is.
I can try it. I'll create an echo and put it over there.
All right. So, Floats. Carp, you're watching this for the first time, but Floats almost seems to make a duplicate of himself on the other side of the bars. It's slightly different, though. It's not Floats. It's a totally different person.
Spectral twin? What a win!
All right, that was a good one. I like that one.
And then I'm assuming you trade places with your spectral image?
Yes.
All right.
Oh.
And then are you going to leave up your spectral image, or?
Yeah, I'll leave them up.
Okay.
I want to talk to the echo. Hey, what's up, man? Can you talk? Yeah.
Can it talk?
I don't know, actually. I don't think we've ever crossed that bridge.
You know, rule of cool, I'm going to say yes.
Who wants to do the voice for him?
I mean, you can do it. It's your specter.
What's going on, guys?
Oh my! Jesus Christ!
What? Who's
So-
that? Who are you? I didn't know you can speak.
So
You
are-
can
are-
speak! How neat!
So are you also Floats, or like are you your own guy? Like how does it work?
The name's Hogarth. Don't forget.
Oh, Hogan. Oh.
Oh. I would never assume.
So,
And I guess-
Hogarth, where do you go when you're not around?
Well, you see, I'm just kind of a part of Floats. I actually died a long time ago. And then Hatterax summoned my spirit and I entered Floats so I could keep protecting him from the afterlife.
Oh, so
Oh.
you're like Fluffer Huggins.
What is a Fluffer Huggins?
Oh. I will show you later. Do you remember there was like a cat, maybe? It's on fire. I think you crossed paths before.
Oh, the fire feline. Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. But again, Fluffer Huggins doesn't speak.
Not to be frank, but could you turn the crank?
Got him.
Yes. Now, Floats, for you to turn this wheel, you would have to take one more step
Damn.
forward to be up against it.
Alright, say that again.
To turn the wheel, you would have to take one more step forward into the space of the lever and the wheel itself. All right. Are you going to attempt to be frank, turn the crank?
Yeah, I guess I'll try to figure out how to do this, how to open it up.
All right. So as you begin to turn the wheel,
Oh no, it's the wrong door.
Oh no, the
A
orange
pit.
cubes, they're taking over.
begins to open up
Oh.
in front of where you were standing. And in the pit, as you look down at the bottom of it, you can see shimmering bones. And there is a 1 foot wide ledge, almost like a balance beam, that runs from one corner of this to the other.
So there's a
Nice.
so there's a beam like down there.
So, I'm trying to let me grab my polygons.
It
real
looks
quick.
like a trap.
I assume the portcullis is still closed.
So as he was turning the crank, the pit opened and the portcullis actually rose. Whoop! That was
nice.
not supposed to happen.
So it
Hold
did
on.
do what
What?
we thought. Just other things too.
Yes. Oh, son of a bitch.
Did like a worm just ate half of the hallway?
Got sent to the Shadow Realm.
I feel like we're in the Shadow Realm right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, our life points hit 0.
Have you seen that? The air seemed to glitched.
There we go. That's what I was trying to do. So that red line is the beam from one
Oh.
side to the other.
And how far is the drop?
You're not sure unless you decide to move in and actually look.
Wait, so the portcullis
Floats.
is down now.
The portcullis is
Okay.
up. So you
And
can
I'll
all...
squeeze past and take a gander down.
So it looks like 4 of you can make it in. If Floats is intending on leaving his echo in the other room.
Okay, Carp is going to saunter forth.
So yeah,
Can I
as
see
you
how
look
deep it is now?
down, it looks to be about 30 feet to the bottom, if you had to guess.
30 feet. And you said there's bones at the bottom?
There are. There is a pale shimmer of what you, from this distance, can probably easily glean its bones.
How sturdy does the
Okay.
beam look?
The beam actually looks very sturdy.
Carp is going to try to hop onto the beam.
Well, hold
Okay.
on there, Kurt. Wait, relax.
No.
One second. We're past the portcullis, correct?
Correct. You are.
Why don't you just close up that wheel there, and then it should close back up, right? And then we could just safely cross.
Do you turn the wheel back? Floats?
Floats.
You there, Floats?
Floats just had a heart attack.
Floats, don't fill the moat.
So you're gonna let go of the wheel, Floats?
Yeah, I'll let go of the wheel.
So yeah, as you let go of the wheel, the shoot. It closes, and you guys can traverse it very easily.
Oh, that's not creepy
Where would
at all.
we be without Fezzik? Down in that pit, probably.
There it goes. There we go. All right, and you guys can proceed down the hallway in whichever order you would like. And I would
goes
say
first.
probably at this point, Floats, you'd probably dismiss your echo since it can't move through the bars.
Correct.
All right. All right.
Carp goes first.
All right. So yeah, Carp. As you
Raina will call out
move-
to Karpa, friend, you can see in the dark all right, correct?
The dark has no bark.
Alright, I'll take it as a yes. Just checking.
So yeah, Carp, as you move into the hallway, you see that it stretches down a little further.
What is this?
Oh, that was where the token for the
Oh,
map
okay.
orientation
okay.
was.
Okay.
Here we go.
Harp is going to lean forward. Can you hear anything down from the walls or down the corridor?
Roll me a perception check.
Harp shall perceive nothing.
So yeah, it's a hallway.
Harp charges in.
All right. So as you get down to the bottom end of the hallway, you see another hallway. Oh, did that reveal? I don't feel like it did. There we go.
Harp is going to charge, and as he reaches this point, he's going to take a running leap and he's going to land over here.
Okay.
And he does a somersault.
Roll me an
Yeah.
acrobatics check.
All right.
So yeah, easy enough. You jump, you land, you do your roll. Unfortunately, nobody else was down the hallway to see it, but you know it was cool.
Nobody knows if there's a trap or not.
Well,
So yeah, Floats, as you round the corner, you see Carp standing on the other end down there. And as all of you move up, everybody roll me perception checks.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Including Carp? Or.
well, you already rolled me yours.
Okay.
So, basically, this 5-foot diameter passageway is dry and dusty, and it shows no sign of having been used for ages. Near the top of the corridor walls, about 3 feet from the ceiling, stone inlets run the length of the passage. The corridor abruptly widens into this cube that you've all now passed in. It's about 15 feet on either side, with a corrugated floor. In the ceiling, in this area, is a bronze circular trapdoor, and it's covered with a latch that's shut. In the 4 corners of the foyer are a set of metal rungs forming a ladder that leads up and across the arched ceiling to the trapdoor. The rungs are broken in several places, leaving rusty spikes. On the other side of this area, the corridor continues and floats. I would say floats and rain. Or no, I'm sorry, it's just floats. So floats, as everybody's kind of taking in this space that you're in right now, you notice that here and where Fezzik is standing, there seems to be an inlet in the molding on the wall about 8 feet up above the floor and kind of hanging down. And you get the feeling that this may be either a handle to another door, or maybe something that would either trigger or disarm a trap. You're not quite sure.
Carp and Floats, you see anything suspicious up there? Any traps or anything of the like?
Well, I see what looks like maybe a handle above your head, Fezzik.
Please don't touch it.
a hand. That's interesting. I don't know what that would do.
So after Floats points it out, I would say any of you that would like can roll me an investigation check on it to try to determine what it does.
God, wow,
Right.
2 11s in a row.
Alright.
The future is now, old man.
Alright.
I'm 40 years. I'm not
So-
old.
Damn,
So after
Yeah, you're old compared to Rain, though.
You're old.
so after
That's
Floats
just what teenagers do. They just call everyone middle-aged and over old. Piss them off.
So after
It is
Floats
work.
kind of points this out, Carp and Rain, you both, After looking at it, it is definitely a handle to a secret door. On both sides. So there
Wait,
appears to
Tar-
be one handle here and one handle right where Fezzik's at.
But before you open it, let me just try something, and I'll snap Barrow into existence on the other side of the door.
The other side of the door.
Mm-hmm.
So
A secret. Let us be discreet.
So when you summon him, do you have to be able to see where you're summoning him?
I mean, I'll put the whole blurb in here for cross-reference, but
Within
you
100
can cause
feet
it to
of you.
reappear in an unoccupied space within 30 feet of you. 100 feet, communicate, yada yada yada.
Should be
So-
possible.
I will say this. So you can attempt to put him somewhere in this area that is... You're not quite sure what's on the other end of it, and you're not quite sure what would happen to Barrow if you miss an empty space.
would I be able to try like an Arcana check or something? Have I maybe
I'll just
tried
go ahead
this
and tell
before
you that
failed
if
miserably?
that depending on where you decide to put him, if the space is not occupiable, he will take force damage and be forced out of the space you try to place
He's
him.
gonna be stuck in the wall. It's gonna no clip.
He's gonna no clip. Where's this door handle?
So the door handle is right above Fezzik's head.
Right above his head.
Yes, about 8 feet off the ground.
And can I see like the outline of the door itself?
You can't. You just see the handle. But after
Oh.
looking at its kind of its makeup and what it reminds you of, it's definitely a door handle to some door.
Okay, and the door's not visible, even with the 22 for
Correct.
investigation.
Correct.
All right, then,
You can
never mind.
see-
I guess we should just open
Well,
it. Then.
okay, so I take that back. With that high of a perception check, you can see there are lines in the walls that seem to be, once you pull the handle, the door would slide open.
Okay, in that case, can I put Barrow like 5 feet behind the outline of that door?
Sure. Okay. Let me find
Okay.
Barrow real quick.
I'm gonna
Barrow
hope that they don't build
suffocates
doors.
instantly.
I'm gonna hope they don't build doors into solid walls in this mine. Fingers crossed.
Barrow does have 1 hit point.
That's
Okay,
well,
so
you never know.
Let me grab this real quick.
If
just
we
so I
were
can
in
make
Russia,
sure.
it
You
would
want
have
him
been a
right
possibility.
where that arrowhead is pointing, correct? Right in that square?
Is that where the outline of the door
that's
is?
Yes, that's 5 feet right behind where the door is.
I mean, okay, yep.
All right. All right. So, Barrow, as you summon him in there, you hear a fluttering of wings as Barrow touches down on the ground.
Thank God.
Hello.
Oh, look, it's
Hello.
Barrow.
I don't know. Owl sounds or whatever.
Hello.
Oh, hey!
Oh my God,
He made it!
You made it.
And we'll
Official
say,
now.
Tally
Just-
appears. The wild
just
Tally
as the
appears out of
portcullis
the
was beginning
closest
to
vent.
fall, a familiar goblin began yelling, "Wait for me!" as Tali
Oh no, she
rolled
found
under the
us.
portcullis. Let me go grab Tali's token real quick. 1 moment, please. Copy.
Fuck.
And
I thought you were rid of me, but you weren't.
We already found another goblin.
They must die. No, that's
What?
it's
you
definitely
assume
not a
it's a goblin.
I saw that squishy body. It doesn't.
Hey,
look
all
like
I know that
goblin
is
body.
that Tally was always there.
So are we using
Wait,
the
what
Barrow,
squishy body?
the Barrow vision?
Yeah, but I don't see anything.
Okay, you hadn't said you were going into Barrow's eyesight yet.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
So, Barrow can see this little corrugated room in here with what appears to be a simple door. Right there.
Can you fly a little bit further in?
Yep. So he's still stuck in that same little room, but the door doesn't seem to have a handle or anything on it, almost as if it could just be easily pushed open.
Okay. Oh, and there's nothing else like this way.
It's a wall. Yeah, there's a wall right here.
All right. Sort of coming back to a sense.
And Barrow push.
Coast seems clear.
Yeah.
And snap Barrow back out of existence.
All right. Actually, just going to push Barrow off to the side in case you decide to use him again.
Alrighty.
So, quick thing. So, Carp would like to re-amend his rhyme. So it says a secret, let's be discreet. He's going to say, a secret, this might be it. Or, wait, that doesn't actually work.
You're reaching a bit on that one.
Hey, I'm trying my best here. This is not easy.
I was gonna say, if this is what the rest of your character is gonna be for the campaign, I feel bad because freestyling every campaign.
I'm pretty sure this is one of the
I
wild
love
magic
it.
surges for sorcerers,
But,
where you have to speak in
you called
rhymes.
upon this challenge yourself.
We just speak
Yeah.
in poems. It doesn't have to be rhymes. Just something that sounds wise.
Limericks only.
And yeah, Tali, as you begin running down the hall to catch up with your party, you see a smaller creature, humanoid in stature,
I'm gonna hit it.
with green skin,
No, you can't.
wearing a fish
There's
mask.
3 people in the way.
4.
Four people in the way.
I got enough movement.
Not if we don't let you pass.
I don't know if you have it in your inventory yet, but you should have 56
Disengage.
more gold.
I probably won't hit him.
Oh yeah, I'm
No,
sure.
I'm
Yeah,
just trying to
or
kill it
Tali would have to add that. But how much was it?
56 gold.
56 gold to Tali.
And I gave Tally last session the armor piece, right?
Yes,
Yes,
the bracers
I
of
have that
defense.
equipped.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice,
I have
nice.
an AC of 18.
And we will say that over the course of the flight, you were more than able to attune to those.
So, Rain, why did you kind of just close your eyes there for a minute and just sit still? What was that about?
There's a room on the other side of the door. No traps. Nothing looks immediately suspicious. I'd say pull the handle.
All right, and then I pull the handle.
And as you pull the handle, the door slides open, and you can see the same thing that Barrow saw. It's just seems to be an empty room with another door located on the side over here.
Carp is going to go in first as he says, in the eye of time, waiting is a crime. And he goes in.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
The way he speaks, he sounds so smart, and then I don't understand what he's doing.
He sounds funny and weird.
I'm choosing not to question.
Yeah, I agree, Tally, but sometimes it works.
Reminds me of you a little, Tally.
So this is a door, right?
Yes, that is a door.
Carp is going to open it.
Okay. And as you open the door, I'll say... Actually, it's going to be easier to do it this way. And yeah, as you open the door... Are you walking in?
Yes.
Alright.
Carp is just going to shout out, ahead! A room of mystery!
Can you
Full
please shout out
of
Carpe Diem?
Carpe diem.
Hold on. Carp is going to shout out, ahead! A room of mystery! Full of hidden history! Carp!
That's a good one.
Oh.
Oh shit.
And as
Okay.
you
Okay.
walk in,
That sounded good.
the walls of this chamber are painted flat black, while the floor is inlaid with a colorful mosaic of strange gods cavorting and leaping around a sun. An enclave I'm sorry, an alcove in the center of the eastern wall is masked by a curtain of shells and beads, which would be this curtain. Oh. It would be this curtain right here.
Can check the traps.
Sure. Roll me perception or investigation.
That's
your
the
choice.
natural one.
There appear to be no traps.
I'm just gonna be in the back like, is there something I need to hit?
Well,
Unclear.
if we see something, we will tell you, Tally.
In a bit.
Can I look at this curtain?
Okay. Are you going to push it to the side to look behind it?
I wanna stick my hand up and like kind of press and see if I can feel something on the other side.
I mean, it's a dangling curtain of shells and beads. So it's almost like one of
okay.
those, like when you walk into a pawn shop and the guy wants to have the back room without a door kind of thing, but...
Okay, yeah, then I'll just part through it with my hands.
Okay. And as you push back these beads, behind the curtain are two chalky forms of a statue seated on stone thrones, with their surfaces carved to depict feathers. The statues are wearing a feathered headdress and a feathered robe. Lying across their laps, in their open palms, is a scepter of gold and silver, with an eagle's head crafted on one end, and the talons of a bird holding a blazing sun on the other end. The most remarkable thing about the statues are their faces. And as you look in, Fezzik, one of the statues has your face, and the other statue has Float's face.
Vezek like staggers back. What the hell? The shit?
Wait, what's going on over here? And I'll walk up and take a gander.
And Rain, as you approach, you see the same two statues, one of which has Fezzik's face, and the other one has Float's face.
Harp is going to say, "How strange. Reality must be deranged."
You said it, pal. Can I try to determine if this is a magical doing?
Sure. How would you like to do that?
Could I roll an Arcana,
Arcana?
check?
Yeah, go for it.
Fezzik, are you famous or something?
Jesus. Christ,
I mean, it's
Jesus.
weird.
What? This has got to be something. Something is up. This is not okay.
So,
But
It's
yeah,
me and Floats, right? You guys see this
Yeah.
too?
wait, so
What do you
You're not telling us
what
you
do
too.
you see?
So there's
Kari's
literally,
just gonna look over and she's like, "What the fuck?"
yeah, as everybody looks
Fezzik?
in, there are these two feathered wearing headdress type statues, and one of them has Fezzik's face and the other one has Floats' face. And it's remarkable the amount of detail.
Well, I thought the
And-
statue would be bigger, but I guess I could take that.
What, you just
And
don't
both
question
of
this?
And both
There's
of them in
something
their
you're not telling
hands
us.
have that golden scepter just sitting there in their open palms.
Oh, there's a golden scepter.
Okay,
Yes.
wait.
there-
Hold on.
is there one scepter or two scepters again?
So they're both holding a separate scepter, but the scepter itself, just laid across their laps in their open palms, is a scepter of gold and silver with an eagle's head crafted on one end and the talons of a bird holding a sun on the other end.
Now, would Rain remember who the two people to enter first were? Oh wait, no, that was Carp. That is really strange.
Yeah, let's think about it. There's got to be some kind of connection here. What do me and Floats have in common that's happened in the last few minutes since we got here?
And Carp, take a closer look at the scepters.
Sure. Yeah.
So you said that the one is of gold and the other one is of silver, and on the one end there is a. You said like a eagle?
Well, they're both made of gold and silver.
Oh,
But
the made
yeah.
of gold and silver. So
Yes.
one is like a talon holding a sun. The other one is,
An eagle's head.
and this is at the top of each scepter, correct?
Well, no, in the statue's hands. So, like, both statues are in a seated position. And
Yes.
in their hands, across their lap, open palmed, is both of these scepters.
And they're 2 separate scepters.
Correct.
And on each end, they have those both unique, but there's nothing else on the other end.
Correct.
Is it possible that we can put the scepters together?
You can certainly
Or
try.
does Carp is going to move forward as he's going to take one of the scepters.
Ooh,
Sorry,
this
I'll
is-
scooch out of the way for you.
And as you reach in, which scepter are you going to try to grab? The one from the statue that looks like floats, or the one that looks like Fezzik?
Let's say the one that looks like floats.
Okay, so as you reach in and you grab this scepter and you begin to pull, the scepter will not come free.
What about the other one?
As you try that one, again, the scepter will not come free.
Fezzik, do you want to try to steal from yourself?
I
maybe
don't want.
he's right. I mean, should we even be pulling the random scepters in this random room in the first place?
Yeah, this
Seems a little
is
fishy.
dangerous. Like, why the hell
No
does this have
offense,
our
Mr.
face
Fishman.
on it? This is fucked up.
What is the capital's policy on religion?
As far as it's very much a open market. It's not like there are approved religions or ones that would get you in trouble. They're very much, if they even believe in religion, kind of thing.
Fezzik,
Anything of those headdresses and the strange symbols and markings? Anything familiar?
Roll me a
Actually,
history
can
check.
Carp make a religion check?
Sure. Yeah, if you want to make me a history check, and Carp can make me a religion check.
Can I make a religion check?
Sure,
Or
go
history?
for it.
God damn. I suck today.
Don't do drugs.
I'm sober now.
Yeah, but the after effects linger.
So yeah, this, even with fairly high rolls from Carp, this doesn't remind you of any religion you've ever heard of. Like, this possibly is very, very ancient.
Rain, where did you meet Fezzik again?
Where did we meet?
We met
I believe it was
in
probably
town.
Mines. Oh, was it in town?
Well, yeah,
Fezzik, how
your
did you
pop
get
stopped
to
by my shop,
Mines?
brought you along one day.
I feel like I've known you as long as I've been alive. That might actually be true. Gross.
I don't know what that's got to do with this, but yeah.
Carp is going to say, "This statue's history is like a piece of mystery jerky."
Yes, maybe.
Can I roll an insight on fishing to see if this is? They're not telling us the source, but she wants to see is the rhyming intentional? Like, is this just like he fully is aware, just doing this to fuck with us?
Sure, roll me an insight check.
Brain power into this.
Tally's so bewildered.
Yeah. I feel like it's something she'd attempt to do. She's like focus in and watch it, be like, what?
Is it a curse, maybe?
Yeah, try it.
Yeah,
Go for it.
alright.
Roll me insight.
Are there, like, any brain cells behind it?
Is this like
You
a
have
condition?
no idea. No
Roll
clue.
me.
Does he have like a curse?
Alright, Fezzik's gonna put his hand out and try and touch the scepter that is with his face on it.
And as you reach out and pick up the scepter, you have a flash. And it's of battles fought way before your time. You're transfixed by these visions of clashing steel and sword and shield. And everybody around you, you all see Fezzik kind of start to almost shake and sweat as he holds this scepter. And does anybody do anything?
Let's try to pull him
don't
away.
yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Whoa, they're bad trip.
And as Fezzik is pulled away, we'll say that you guys move him back 5 feet.
Are
The-
you okay, Fezzik?
The scepter is still clutched within his hands,
Oh.
and
Am I
he's
still
shaking
freaking
and
out?
sweating.
Is
and
he
Fezzik, you are
cautious?
still having these visions of
Can I try to grab it out?
battles. Yes.
Can I stop Rain from grabbing it?
All right. First, roll me a dexterity check, Kara. Yeah. Just roll me a dexterity check.
Dexterity check.
And same for you, Rain.
Okay. Oh, I have to beat a 23.
Yeah.
I just hit.
So
I just
as
hit
you-
your head.
as you begin to reach out and grab this scepter, Kara pulls your hands away. As
What the
Fezzik
fuck
still
are you
sits there
thinking?
trembling.
Carl, what the fuck are you thinking? Get this thing out of his hands. He's suffering. I don't know what
Dude,
the fuck
at
is going
least
on with
wear
him.
something on your hands.
Oh well, Rain has
And
gloves
as
Oh.
on.
Well, you
both sit there and argue,
And she looks at your gloves and she's like, "Well, sorry."
Okay, does Kara let me grab the scepter out
I
of
let
Fezzik's
you
hands
go.
now? Okay.
I let you go.
well, I'll say that in the time it takes for you two to come to that conclusion, Fezzik turns to stone.
What? Kara!
And
What have you
as
done?
he turns to stone, Fezzik,
What
the
is going on?
the stone and feathers and headdress melt away from the statue as Fezzik reappears on the other side of the beaded curtain.
Rain immediately calls out, Hogarth?
Oh, hey guys. What's going on? Did
Who the
something
hell
happen?
are you?
It's me, it's Fezzik.
You don't sound like Fezzik.
Yeah, I do.
Wait,
Sound
does,
exactly
does
like
it sound
Fezzik.
like Fezzik? Oh,
It sounds
okay.
like Fezzik.
Okay.
Carp is going to say, "You were once bone, but now you're made of flesh and bone."
You still doing that rhyming thing? Are you gonna be doing that the whole time? Like, what's going on?
Wait, is this just how the DM hijacks Ben's character?
Yeah, I'm out of the
So-
campaign. See
So
you guys.
everybody
I'm
roll
pitching.
me an insight check.
Please, Rain, get a natural one. That'd be
And anybody
fun.
that is proficient in Arcana,
Okay.
roll me an Arcana check.
I believe that was only Fezzik. That was proficient in Arcana in our party.
Okay.
He's also gonna make an insight check.
All right.
Sure, why not? Not great.
Carp, with as little time as you've spent with Fezzik, you're fairly perceptive. And the way this thing moves and sounds and looks, for all intents and purposes, it looks like Fezzik. But deep down inside, you know it's not.
Wait, okay, you're saying me knowing Fezzik my entire life can't tell this, but Carp, who's
With
met
a-
him,
with
like,
a-
about hours ago, can? Come on.
It is a very deceptive creature. And you rolled a
I mean, it's
16.
Alright.
confusing.
Or, I'm sorry, what did you roll? Yeah, you rolled a 16.
Yeah, but doesn't this fall under kind of like knowing your background type stuff?
I mean,
If
I'm,
Yeah,
it's
but
just
he
such
looks-
a good
I'm just
body
telling
double,
you what
just
the
can't
DC
tell.
check is.
He
so.
literally looks exactly same. Like,
Sure.
and he sounds exactly same.
I mean, is the scepter in Fezzik's hands also stone?
No, it is still gold.
Can I try to
Fezzik,
take it now that Kara
Fezzik,
will
do you
let me?
mind returning to your normal body? You're freaking me out.
Carp is
So-
going to leap back as he says, "You lie! Time to die!"
And as
Whoa,
you say
whoa,
that,
whoa.
Fezzik, are you? Please, can you just like pick the scepter away from?
Fezzik takes a step back, and he goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! What did I do? Do
Rain
you
will
take an
stand
attack
between
of
them.
do you take an attack of opportunity?"
Yes,
no,
I will. I'm gonna punch.
no.
Go for it.
Go for the kneecap.
And while you are
Alright.
punching, everybody
Wait.
roll me initiative.
Would I have a chance to be a willing meat shield if I try to step in between them?
I will say because it is a reaction which happens faster than an action, I will
Mhm.
say that Carp manages to get off a hit before you were able to move.
Okay.
And with a 16, it hits.
Wait, I rolled a
that's
15.
That's
Oh, wait,
initiative.
15. Okay. Yes, 15 hits.
I don't know what is exactly going on, but just if this was Fezzik, he would definitely be casting shield right now. I'm just saying, and that he could protect. Oh, I think. Wait, what was
And
it?
weirdly enough, as
16?
this
Oh, yeah, you
this
definitely-
hits, Fezzik does not cast shield.
This is not Fezzik.
While they're over there having their little scuffle, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the other.
No, why?
No.
Well, hey, he didn't know. He doesn't know it's not me. So, what's the
Hold on,
problem?
let me clear this. All this stuff. Let me just do this. I'm actually gonna clear everything. Okay.
Close. Can you
And-
stop trying to kill your team for 1 second?
See, it is the team. It's just me. It's Fezzik. What's the problem?
Initiative.
Tis
I mean,
confusion.
Fezzik, do you remember how you got there instead of there?
Yeah. What do you mean? I just.
What do you mean?
guys are talking crazy talk.
Let's see. Floats. Where did we go?
What is the last thing you
16.
remember, Fezzik?
Just grabbing this thing.
Hey, Fezzik, do you remember how we met?
15. Well, I mean, are you talking about after your dad passed away, or what do you mean?
See, I just wasn't. I don't quite remember. Was it? It was in the mines, right?
Well, no. It wasn't in the mines.
It wasn't?
Let's see. Trying to get everybody's initiative in. 1 second.
You are not.
Oh, yeah, I need to roll it.
Your blade is wait.
So I got
Real
floats,
concealed.
Cart.
You are not real. Your blade is concealed.
Tully was a 7.
Yeah, I got
Car
it.
was a 10.
Can I do this myself? Oh, I can. Oh, yeah. 13.
And then floats was 16. Okay. So let's rearrange. Descending order.
Ooh, this
So-
is a good one.
With that hit, yeah, Fezzik backs up, and after taking that punch to the face for 9, we'll say that Floats, when it comes to your turn, you can totally do that.
Sounds good.
And as this, who some of you assume is Floats, gets punched in the face, Floats says, "Look, I know we haven't known each other for that long, but I'm tired of you punching everybody in this party." And he runs up to
You mean
you,
Fezzik?
Carp. I'm sorry. Yes, Fezzik. And he is going to attempt to hit you twice.
What is this float
The
doing?
first one is a 9, which will miss.
What is he doing? If you mind
I
me
have
asking.
no idea.
And the second
just
one is an
punch
18.
you?
I never seen floats punch people.
Or Fezzik?
Yes, Fezzik is running up
Fezzik,
and attempting
sorry.
to slam.
Floats
Carp.
punch plenty of people.
Yeah.
And does an 18 hit? Carp.
And 18 does not hit.
An 18 does
What?
not
Damn,
hit.
son.
No, yeah, an 18 does not hit.
Now,
Jesus, what are you
I
made
think
out
that
of?
+2 only applies if it's a part of an attack action.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Yeah, an 18 does hit then.
Okay. So with that, Fezzik comes up and punches you right back, for 7 damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Wait,
For Fezzik.
That's a lot stronger than I've ever seen Fezzik, that's for sure.
7 points of damage?
7 points of damage.
Okay.
Kara is impressed by Fezzik, but also very confused.
And then as soon as Fezzik finishes punching you in the face, looks at you and says, are we done? And that
Arp
will
is just
be...
going to like spit a little bit as he's gonna say, "Not by far. You will be barred."
I'm an artificer, I'm not a bard. Nightpiercer, it's your turn.
Now, does the sculpture Fezzik have his fingers in stone like wrapped around the specter in a way that you wouldn't be able to pull it out?
No. He does not. It is basically open palmed, just like as you saw it in the hands of the original statues.
Alright, I'm just gonna go here and grab it. While glaring at Kara.
I'm sorry! I didn't see!
And you are able to pick up the scepter.
Does anything happen?
No. It's,
Alright,
it's a
I'm just
scepter.
gonna turn around and thrust it into this Fezzik's hands.
Okay.
Firmly grasp.
And he grabs the scepter as you shove
one.
it into his hands. And he goes, okay.
Nothing happens.
What is going on? Like, what is the big deal?
Listen, I have no idea what's going on here, and Rain seems visibly shaken, but the Fezzik I know doesn't get hit by attacks like that. He always has something up his sleeve. He casts a shield and it pops up and it blocks it, and the Fezzik I know definitely can't hit as hard as you, so I don't know what the hell you are, but
I'm not gonna
that's
use
not
a
Fezzik.
shield against Carp. I mean, he punched me. Like, why would I waste a spell slot on that?
Damn, that's a good point.
It is a good point.
You know, maybe this guy is Fezzik.
Maybe he is Fezzik.
Arp is going to draw his or actually it's not his turn yet, but
So yeah, Nightpiercer. Anything else? Bonus action?
You know what? I will bonus action, and I'm gonna ask what's the lighting in here?
Dim lighting. It is
You
dimly
all
lit.
watch as Rain molds his hand into the shape of as though he's grasping the hilt of his rapier, but instead in the air materializes a dark red glowing blade that weaves together from the solidified gloom in the environment, and it goes like a lightsaber.
Hello there.
And that's my bonus action, and he'll menacingly create
Whoa,
that
kid,
thing.
what are you planning on doing with that?
Call it a turn.
And with that,
I think you have some explaining to do, and with that, I'll end my turn.
it is your turn, Floats.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the rod.
And as you grasp the scepter from the second sculpture's hand, you too begin to have flashes of ancient battles fought in the past.
Can I react?
And as I would say, Kara, since you are not engaged in combat at this point, and Tally, you both can see Floats also eyes
Can
go
I-
white, begin to tremble and sweat
Can I react
on your
yet?
turn.
Okay.
And Carp, it is your turn.
Arp is going to draw his blade and he's going to point at Floats as he's going to shout, "Show me my apology, or be prepared to write your own eulogy."
Your apology? What? What do you mean? I'm sorry? I'm sorry?
I'm confused.
I'm sorry we punched each other?
It's a punching contest.
Your breath lies, prepare to die. Carp attacks with the blade now.
All right. Go for it.
And Carp is going to swing twice. Or he's going to swing once with his short sword.
A
Does the
13
13
will
hit?
miss.
And as he misses, he wheels around and tries to go in for a kick. Or an unarmed strike.
All right. And a 12 will also miss.
And Carp is
Fezzik.
going to run away.
All right. And Fezzik just is like, whoa, 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 what the fuck?
And Carp is just going to hide behind the corner and peek out.
Okay.
And he's actually, is it possible for Carp to hide or no?
That would require your bonus action. So, do you still have your bonus action? You still have your
Yes,
bonus
because
action.
I have a multi-attack.
Yeah,
so...
yeah. So roll me a stealth check.
Okay. Carp is going to attempt to hide.
With a 21, you feel pretty hidden. So yeah, Carp unleashes a flurry of sword slash and kick, and then darts off around the corner, and the majority of you lose sight of him. And with that, Kara, it is now your turn.
I'm kicking the rod out of Floats' hands as
Okay.
soon as possible.
So are you trying to use like an unarmed strike, or what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to like push like, is it an arm strike against the rod? I don't know. I'm trying to like.
Well, it depends on how you want to go about it. Are you just trying to rip the rod out of his hands, or are you trying to?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So go ahead and roll me an athletics check, and Floats can roll me an athletics or acrobatics.
Oh no.
Actually, I take that back. Floats, it would just be athletics. So yeah, Kara, as you
No.
attempt to grab this
Let it
rod,
go.
Floats, in whatever state he's in, is gripping tight to this rod. And as you
No.
attempt to pull it free from his grasp, he won't let go.
No. Floats, let go. Oh.
And you still have your bonus action.
I don't even know what to do in this situation. I'm gonna summon Fluffer Huggins behind fake Fezzik.
All right. I really got to get you to draw me up a Fluffer Huggins.
I think I have Fluffer Huggins drawn.
A potato cat.
See.
I'm trying to find.
I don't know if I ever posted him.
I don't believe so. It's fine.
I might have forgot.
So we'll just use the old standby. Now, you are summoning it right behind him?
Not right behind him, like one space behind him. Like one space and then the next space. Just
right
so
here?
that the explosion doesn't hit
Okay.
other people other than him. But even if it hits him, he is fireproof, so...
He has 20 hit points now, correct?
He
So
has
is it-
20, yes.
Yeah.
Damn, where's Fluffer Huggins?
Alright.
Oh, there
So,
it
Fluffer Huggins has been summoned, and Carp, from your vantage point, you can see all of a sudden a... How would you describe him, Kara?
Oh, that's right. I get to describe him again. So Fluffer Huggins, you can see like bright flash of fire in the dim light,
it's not that violent as like massive explosion, but it's enough for you to feel the thrush of hot wind rushing past you. In the center of this commotion, you can see forming a feline form that looks a little bit clumpy. Like, you can almost make out the clay-like paws, and it almost looks like this shape is made out of potatoes. But you can clearly distinguish that it's made into a shape of the cat that is covered in this flaming fur.
And that's a dex save, correct?
Yes.
So, yeah, dex save a 13, so it makes it save. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Why can't I ever see it? Okay, I think this one is it.
Okay, so it will take 3 damage. And
It will take...
Rain... What? Yeah, Rain, as you see Fezzik in front of you move out of the way. He's moving pretty fast for Fezzik. Fezzik doesn't normally move that fast.
Does he
Was this
burn?
to grab a blunt?
Does he burn?
He does take damage, yes.
That's not Fezzik. That's something else.
And yes. Wait, Fezzik is immune to fire damage?
I'm resistant to fire damage.
Oh, resistant.
It
Does it
depends
do
on
as
how
much
he reacts.
Damage as you would expect? I don't know.
It did not seem to resist any of the damage, other than being able to move out of the way fast enough.
Dun dun.
And with that, Tali, you're up.
Alright. Tali did terrible on the insight, and she's not smart, so she's not really paying attention to that. to what's going on over here. She notices it, but she's not paying attention. She's gonna go over here and rage.
Alright.
Out of confusion.
Go rage in the corner.
I don't know what's going on.
And as you
and
rage...
Going to...
You're confusing and it enrages me.
Yeah, it's confused anger, and...
I'm tired of never getting the joke!
Since the spear did it, she's just gonna take her hammer and try and smack the spear out of our currently traumatized boy over here.
Okay, so you're gonna try to knock the scepter out of his hands?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, go ahead and roll me an attack.
Alright, I will reckless.
Go for it.
So that is a... Ooh, that's real good. That's a 25.
Ooh.
And almost a nat 20.
Oh.
So yeah, as you hit this scepter, it comes flying out of Floats' hands and scatters across the floor all the way to the wall next to Fluffer Huggins. Over there.
Fluffer Huggins kind of
And
growls
floats.
at it.
As the scepter is smacked from your hands, you come to. And you feel okay, but like you've almost like you've been through some shit. Like you've had a really, really bad nightmare.
Are you okay, Floats?
I really don't know. It's
Why
like
did
I
you
just
grab
had a
it?
really bad dream.
Did it speak to you or something?
No, really, I just wanted a bigger statue of me, like Fezzik's.
Well,
What? When you're willing to become the statue. That's dedication.
Oh, jeez.
Check on something.
Didn't get my statue from the bag of beans, so I figured I might as well try here.
oh my god.
And with that,
I'm confused.
the slowly seeming imposter of Fezzik is like,
Thus,
why?
I wasn't done yet.
Oh,
How
well,
dare you?
action, bonus action. What else you got?
Well, I only swung once. I get 2 attacks.
Oh, are you gonna hit him again?
Of course.
Yes.
Why?
Okay, why are you going to hit him?
No.
Oh wait, no, I'm not gonna hit him. I was going to. I'm gonna run and throw the hammer at him and just say,
Oh.
"Stop touching
No.
shit." That's it.
Okay,
Oh.
go for it.
Alright. So I'm still recklessing this. So that is a 20 to hit.
That hits.
Somehow, out of everybody in this room, Tally is acting somewhat sensible,
So that's 6 as I just throw the hammer at him.
which is quite
Which you're
surprising.
raging, so that would be
since it's
plus another
Tally.
2, right?
Yep. So that's 8 points of damage as I chuck this hammer at him.
So yeah, he takes it, and with that he's like, you've all gone fucking nuts. What is the problem? And he's going to attempt to run for the door as he leaves your space, Night Piercer. Are you taking an attack of opportunity?
I will.
Go for it.
And as I do, I will. Actually, oh no, I can't booming blade it, but I will mutter. Just when I started bragging to everyone that you were the smart guy, you had to go do something stupid. As I attempt to hit him with my psychic blade or my shadow blade. It's 22 to hit.
will hit.
Alright, so let's figure out how this works. So it's the 2d8, so that's a 7 plus
Mhm.
my usual plus 6, so it's a total of 13 psychic damage.
Okay. 13.
And can I expend superiority dice on an opportunity attack?
Let us see. So, features, traits, learn maneuvers, enhance an attack in some way. So it would depend on which maneuver you're using.
Alright,
So
can
it
I
looks
try to
like
trip him?
trip attack. Just says when you hit with a weapon attack. So this is a weapon attack. I would
Okay,
say yes.
so he's going to need me a strength saving throw as I attempt to gouge his legs. And as I do, I'll call out to the others. Let's try not to kill him. We might get some information about how to get this, get
You
the
rolled an
stone
8,
curse
which
off
I
this guy.
do not believe succeeds.
No, it does not.
So he will not leave your space. Instead, he is tripped and prone, correct?
Yep.
All right. And how much damage was that? So 7
That
plus 6,
was
so
7
13?
plus 6, so 13. Oh, and I believe I need to roll my d8 as well for the superiority die.
Yes.
So plus another 4.
4? Okay, so 17 total. And as you trip the so-called Fezzik onto the floor, he sits there and puts his hands up and looks at you with tears almost in his eyes, and he's like, Rain, please don't. And Night Piercer, it's your turn.
Raising my newly acquired shadow blade above my head with 2 hands, I'll look at this, what might be Fezzik and what might not be, say, listen, either way, I'm not going to kill you, but you get 1 chance. What was the first spell you ever saw me cast?
Shield.
And all emotion drains from his face as he plunges the sword down at him. So it's gonna be. He's prone, so I do get advantage, right?
That is correct.
But does
Okay,
he
it's
cast
23 to hit.
shield?
So with that, you plunge your rapier into this form, and as it goes in, the body begins to change, and I've displayed it to what it turns into.
Okay.
Mm.
So this was a non-lethal blow, just to be clear.
Okay.
That's what I meant by like I'm not gonna kill you with this, but
Okay. So yes, it is unconscious at this point. But as it goes unconscious, it reverts back to this form.
gotcha. Fuck! I knew it. That was good thinking, Kara. He didn't take the. Bezic doesn't get hit by fire the way that other creatures like you and I do.
Arby's
So-
I
gonna shout from the
definitely thought
corner.
about it.
And with that, we'll say we
That
are
was
done with
definitely my
initiative.
first thought when I summoned Flubberhuggins. You're right.
I'm gonna go get my hammer.
Arp is going to saunter forth and he says, "This creature lies. Now we must find out why."
Does
I
anyone have
thought it was
any
going to have something to do with dyes.
rope?
Hmm.
Alice is not gonna. I don't think Italia has rope, but she's gonna grapple it and hold it. Please.
Oh, wait a second. I have rope. Okay, I'll tie him up.
I do
Roll
have
me,
rope.
Night Piercer, roll me a d4.
Oh God. Okay.
Roll a kink check for
Okay.
tying someone up.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
It's a 4, so.
It's a
I
four.
guess I'm-
Something
I guess I
in
score,
You get the
score pretty
feeling
high on the-
By that last hit that you threw down on it, it's going to be out for quite a while. Probably to the tune of
Oh,
about
I
4
see.
hours.
I see.
Hmm.
Can I try to slap it awake after tying it up?
You
Just
can?
slap.
Sure.
Throw some water on it.
Can I light my tinderbox and start slowly burning it? See if it wakes up.
Holy shit.
Is that really what you want to do?
No, like not so much that it would actually start doing damage to it, but just like sort of like uncomfortably warm right up his nose.
Just gonna torture him.
Wait,
Let's see.
as a monk, can Carp make a medicine check to try and identify the creature's key, and if you can make a hit a hit at a specific point to wake the creature up?
Sure. Roll me a medicine
Oh.
check.
Ooh, pressure point.
Oh.
Ooh, fancy.
With a 9, you're not sure of the physiology of this creature, and you'd almost be probing in the dark. You could potentially wake it, you could potentially kill it.
Hmm.
Carp
is going to- Hold on. So, Carp is just going to kind of sidle over to so that he's in between the creature's legs, and then he's going to lean back and kick the creature in its genitals.
Oh
As
my God.
Before you
It
make
definitely
your
does
attack,
not have any from this picture.
Before you make your attack, even with a 9 medicine check, as you gauge the creature's crotchal area, you see there are no genitals.
Carp is still going to kick there regardless.
Okay. Go
Wait,
ahead
can I
and-
try to stop him?
Sure.
You have to
how
block
does
it
this
with your
work?
own genitals.
No,
the only way.
My own genitals.
I will take this.
Hey, Bezic, don't get ahead of yourself. You might be
Greatness
important to me,
discovered
but
in
you're
the
not that important.
So I would say either athletics or acrobatics for both of you.
Alright, I'll go with acrobatics.
Oh ho! You dare challenge me in the realm of acrobatics?
You dare challenge me in the
Oh,
realm of
what?
acrobatics? Okay.
Even
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, Carp, go ahead and roll to hit.
So again, this is going to be for non-lethal, but
Well, he's already knocked. He's already unconscious at this point, so
And prone, so it's
And
advantage,
prone.
isn't it?
so it is an advantage.
all right.
And it,
And yeah, 26 hits
can't
really good.
believe-
That's
So-
four scores
Roll
above
the
20.
damage.
Isn't that like a critical since it's incapacitated as well?
It is. That is 14 points. Oh no. So
Critical nut
what
shot.
is it? So that's 2, 4. So 4. So that's 9 points of damage as this creature is critically hit, and that's an automatic 2 failed death saves. Let me go ahead and just roll a d20 and
can
see
I
if this
cure
creature has
wounds?
expired.
Can I cure wounds after this?
Well, I wasn't going to make
It's a-
him roll death saves, but now that he has been kicked in the nuts,
I mean,
non-existent.
was-
he passes, so yes. If you would like, if as you see Carp kick the creature in the genitals, you see the life slowly
Oh my
starting to slip from the
God.
creature.
Wait,
just
couldn't
goes,
you have
"What the
just
fuck is your
erased him from the
problem?
beginning and he would have woken
Kara.
up?
Kara,
So
can you do something, please?
as it
Oh.
regains 8 hit points,
8
Uh,
hit
the
points.
and
creature
I believe it. Oh.
coughs and sputters,
Oh my gosh.
You could have just done this from the start.
and as
I'm
it,
so
as it
sorry.
sits there, it looks up and it goes, wait, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I wanted to leave. I just wanted to get out of here, and I figured you guys could take me.
How do we get him back? How do we
Who?
get him
Who?
back?
I mean, he is our friend. You realize that. You want to run, but we
I mean-
we literally like attached to this person. Like you cannot do this to a group
So
of
wait,
people.
Are you saying you'll take me with you?
No,
Uh,
no,
uh,
listen.
Can you please
Kara,
like,
please
return?
let me do this. Listen, and I'm just gonna bring up my shadow blade right up to his neck. I don't know what the hell is going on with Fezzik over there and why he's turned to stone, but it's definitely your fault, isn't it?
I mean, it's not my fault. I mean, I was down here. I was locked in that statue just like he was.
How do we undo it?
How do I know if I tell you you're not just gonna kill me?
Well, I'll kill you either way then, I suppose.
Well, then you're not getting your friend back, are you?
All right, fine. And I just plunge it back down.
All right. Are you going lethal this time?
Nope.
Can you not?
Just leave him in eternal suffering.
Can I stop saying?
17 to hit.
That hits.
Can I stop him? I just healed the person. Like I'm not gonna let anyone stab him.
And with 10
10
damage,
damage.
Damage.
he goes back unconscious.
Arp is gonna look at
Can I do
Rain.
anything against
Fuck.
it?
Turning around, do I see any of those like cameras?
Can I slap Rain?
No, you do not.
There's no cameras?
Nope.
Fuck.
Wait, so who are you
What do we do?
striking?
I'm slapping Rain.
Okay. Yeah.
Arp is going to look to
it's-
Rain and he's gonna say, "You're hardcore. You are not a bore."
Yes, Carp, just next time, please, let's not kill the one source of information we have.
So Rain, as you
Look
are sitting there conversing with
I'm
Carp,
gonna go.
Kara comes
right
out of
here.
nowhere and attempts to slap you. Are you gonna dodge it?
No.
Does a 17 hit? Or I'm sorry, a
Sure.
21. Does a 21 hit?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is your strength modifier, Kara?
3.
So you take 4 points of damage as Kara slaps you across the face.
Ow.
Why would you do that?
Why can't you just use your words? Last time you could have used your words and none of this would have happened in the first place. Why are you stopping me when I'm trying to pull the scepter out of Fezzik's goddamn hands, Kara?
I'm gonna pick him up.
You cannot act so recklessly. I cannot
I don't think
trust
you have a right
any
to
of
talk
you.
here if we're talking about reckless, Kara.
He is unconscious, Tali. You have him.
If it wasn't for you, Fezzik wouldn't be a fucking stone statue right now. Do you understand that?
I'm going to pick up the take him to the scepter and make him grab it and see what happens.
Okay.
I
So
will be right back. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick.
Okay. Does anybody else need to take a bathroom break real quick?
I'm good. just woke up.
Kara is just gonna like shut up for a second because she knows that she screwed up, but like she just can't deal with Rain at the moment. You know what? If you wanna, I can't, and she's just gonna walk away.
Oh, do I have to roll another 1d4?
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Alright, so 3.
Alright.
It wasn't as bad this time.
So again, you're looking at about 3 hours.
Take 3 emotional damage.
But yeah. So
Kara is gonna take away Fluffer Huggins and just sit in the corridor.
all right. So yeah, as you're sitting there contemplating what just happened, Tali, you pull the body over to where the scepter is
Mhm.
and floats. What's going on? What you doing, buddy?
This is about where the other scepter landed, right after he kicked it out of my hand.
That is-
Oh,
That is correct.
I'll go ahead and pick it back up.
And
I think floats one.
again,
Like,
as you pick it up, the visions resume in your head as you black out, and at this point, anybody that would like to roll me a perception check to see if they can see floats trembling and sweating in the corner, go ahead.
Would I with my passive?
I would say
You're
I'm too
passive,
preoccupied.
yes. Yeah, I would say Tali definitely
I'm
with
gonna
your passive.
hurl the hammer at him and try
And
and
kill
knock
each
him
other
one-
yet?
And knock him out again, or it out of his hands once more.
All right.
Wait, what's going on?
So, Floats has walked back over to the floor where the other scepter was and has picked it up again and has resumed his shaking and sweating fits. As
So Floats is
Tali,
back.
as Tali is hurling her hammer to try to knock it out
what
of his
is
hands.
it with this team and drugs?
Yep. I'm gonna see if I can do it.
And by
Hey,
now
Floats,
your
why are you in the
rage
corner
will have
trembling and sweating while looking into the wall. Don't come in, Mom.
your rage will have
None of
worn
your
off,
business.
but with a 25, it manages to again hit the scepter as it clatters around the corner
I
and
am
land
going to
in the corner over here.
I'm going to stare at him and then with very much anger say, and try and intimidate him, say like, if you pick that up again before we figure this out, the next time I'm hitting you.
All
Kara
right.
just
Oh, wait.
hears Scepter
Roll me
falling and
an
she's like, what the
intimidation check.
fuck?
Wait, so the imposter is dead now.
No, he's just unconscious
No, he's down
again, but
for
he
3
is out
hours.
for 3 hours.
He's in agony.
Roll me an insight check, Floats. You believe every word that comes out of this little goblin's mouth. She will probably kill you if you pick that up again. Whether that matters or not.
But Floats wants a statue.
You leave it the fuck there.
He's a simple man.
I'm gonna take me and the unconscious thing with me and basically hold it up like I'm gonna hit him with it. Go sit in that corner and I'll point.
And you said you're going to take the other scepter and place it in the creature's hand?
Yep, see what happens.
And as you set the scepter in the creature's hand, nothing happens.
Okay.
It was a good attempt, Ollie.
I'm going to drag him over here with the statue and then see what happens if I have the head have one touch the other, gently pressing the head against the other head. See if maybe that does anything.
As you press their gingerly touching their foreheads together, nothing.
Wait, so the other scepter is
The other scepter is now over here in the corner after it skidded out of Floats' hands.
At this point, Rain is clutching his head in his hands as he impatiently just like walks around Fezzik's statue. He's like, "Come on, Fezzik, what would Fezzik do in this situation? Fuck."
Arp is going to
Yes,
pick up the
she
other
is.
scepter,
Okay.
and he's going to look for the other scepter, and he's going to try and put them together, as per his original idea.
Okay. So you take both
So-
of the
so-
scepters together. and
Yeah, so he's going to try and put it together in a way so like the the talon holding the sun is at the bottom and the eagle is going to be at the top.
Roll me a. Just roll me an intelligence check.
Ooh, this is not Carp's.
Can
With
I help?
even with an 11,
Oh, okay.
as you're looking at these two scepters together, there's no real way to combine them.
Being a miner, would I
Mhm.
be able to tell whether Fezzik
Mhm,
is simply
miner.
coated in stone or if he's solid stone currently?
Roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
Knock.
Wait, are there any statues behind the curtains?
There is still the one statue standing there
Of
that
floats,
floats
right?
pulled the scepter out of its hand. And with a 24, as you kind of look over the new Fezzik statue and tap on it, it is solid all the way through.
God damn it. The fuck is this? I mean, at this point, Rain's just racking his brain trying to think of anything that could possibly explain or solve this petrified Fezzik situation.
Kari's
had-
just gonna move over and try the other door.
So you're going to
As-
move over and pull the other lever?
Yep.
Okay. So we'll get to that in just a second. But
Hell
is anybody
yes.
else doing anything in the
So
The other
you
room.
said that at the floor that there's like a mural of like gods cavorting, right? What exactly?
yes,
Like
this
how
mural.
many gods? How many gods do any of the gods actually looks like the ones in the statue? And what exactly are they doing?
The gods that are depicted on the floor are basically just it seems almost like they're being playful, possibly having a party. They're just I'm trying to think of a good descriptor. So they they're all leaping around a central sun. Roll me a religion check.
A central
history.
sun.
Religion or history.
Does not matter which is which.
10. None of these gods look familiar to you.
But they don't look like the ones from the statue either.
No. Well, the only thing that is very similar is the fact that some of the gods in the depictions are wearing similar clothing, either with feathers or headdresses. They're all dressed in similar garb. So putting two and two together, you kind of guess that these are all maybe from the same time period, but they are very, very ancient, and none of them ring a bell to you.
Hmm.
Can I try to drag Fezzik's statue? Is it extremely heavy?
It is a solid stone statue, so yes, it is very heavy.
Listen, this is a really far-fetched idea, but maybe if we try to reenact this whole crazy situation and put real statue Fezzik over there, put the scepter in his hands, make that other guy on the ground hold it. I don't know. Does anyone have any ideas?
I will attempt to do that. Let me see. I don't even know if I could lift the statue, but I'll give it a shot. I can lift I can push, drag, or lift 540 pounds. So I'll move over, try and pick up Fezzik's statue and put him back in the room.
Okay.
Behind the curtain.
Are you going to rage, or are you just going to make this a straight check?
I'll rage.
All right. Second rage has been used as Tali begins to froth at the mouth in preparation to lift this heavy statue. Go ahead and roll me an athletics check with advantage.
That is a 16 and a dirty 20.
And as you grit and bare your teeth, the statue slides back into place.
Okay, and then I shall put the scepter in his hands and
It
drag
is-
fake him over.
So you're dragging fake Fezzik where? Just right in front of it?
Yep, right in front of it.
Okay. So as you drag fake Fezzik in front of it,
I will
place-
get behind fake Fezzik and mime his hands from his unconscious body to grab the scepter from
So are you
real
place-
Fezzik's hands.
So you're taking the scepter and you're placing it in his hands?
Oh, so I believe Tally's placing it in statue Fezzik's hands, so the real Fezzik, who's currently Rock. And then I'm going to mime the fake Fezzik, who doesn't even look like Fezzik anymore. We'll call him Grey Dude.
Yeah, great dude.
I'll grab Grey Dude's arms and mime his hands grabbing the scepter. Like, not mime them, but like kind of puppet master it.
So they're both grabbing the scepter at the same time, basically?
And then take the scepter out of Fezzik's hands afterwards.
And after that long, convoluted display happens,
Nothing.
nothing.
I mean, I knew it. It's just desperate at this point. It's just desperation.
Can Tally and her Limonage try and figure out what's happening in any sort of capacity?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Sure, I'm.
Can I also partake in this Arcana checking?
Sure,
Club?
why not? Yep, go
Great.
ahead.
3.
No clue.
21. There we go.
With a 21, I will say, Night Piercer, you're getting the gist that this creature may have to die before anything will happen.
Oh.
Should I break its knees?
So Tali, you hear Rain basically just drop the body and then start like chuckling to himself. Oh, I'm so stupid, aren't I? And psychopathically starts stabbing the unconscious body of this gray dude over and over.
And as you stab and stab and stab and stab, the creature takes its last breath and is no longer living.
I'm going to pick up the dead body and put it on top of the statue. See what happens.
Nothing.
What? With that Arcana check, did I have any plan after killing the body?
You might need to put the scepter in the dead body's hands.
Okay, cool. I'll go ahead and do that.
And as you do, the frozen, lifeless body of Fezzik begins to transform from stone back to flesh.
It's
And
gonna be
Fezzik,
real
you
funny.
come to sitting in the cubby where the statue was, with a very weird gray man laying in front of your feet as Rain is covered in blood.
I'll say,
Actually,
Rain looks at
I
you,
laid
Fezzik,
him
and he
on top.
says,
So it's on him.
he says with a voice that attempts to sound composed, he's like, "Welcome back to the land of the living."
So,
He seems very
what do
shaken
I
up.
know right now?
So you saw the visions that were described before of the battles, and after that, darkness, nothing. You're not sure what happened after that.
Fezzik's just gonna stand up and he's gonna go over to the corner of the room and kind of slump down on it and sit down. And with his hands trembling, he's gonna take out one of the cigarettes and just kind of like shakily light it and start smoking it.
All right. Are you smoking the whole thing or just like
Yep.
a couple puffs? Okay.
Yeah, like what? Yeah, he's going. He's not thinking about how much he's smoking. He's just gonna start
Rain,
smoking.
Rain's just gonna wordlessly extend a hand towards him.
And Pop is going to want extend a hand as well.
Fezzik's just taking a really
Smoke 'em
long
if you got
drag.
'em.
He doesn't acknowledge you too.
Kara just appreciates the fact that she's not there.
Kara,
He
it's
just
been a
has
while,
A little,
and
a little smoking corner.
you did hear a lot of grunting and kind of
And
squishy,
stabbing
squishy, stabby,
action,
fleshing,
probably.
yeah, noises. So
Harp is going to say, "Smoke up to get the good feels up."
What are you?
Just keeps on smoking. He's just staring like straight ahead at the ground right now.
So, how was it? See
I'm
anything
gonna break the other
profound?
statue.
Tali's gonna break the other statue.
Just in case if this thing comes to life, she doesn't want it doing that.
Yeah,
It's
easy
just gonna
enough.
crush it.
You're very easily able to break the other statue and crumble it into
I'll
nothing.
start with the knees. Bring it down to my level.
All right.
Do I open the door?
Yes. So yeah, as you open the door, basically it's just another way to get inside.
Okay, I move down the hallway to see what else is there.
And as you move
I let Fluffer Huggins go first.
down the hallway, so as you begin to move down the hallway and Fluffer Huggins is lighting the way, a wall of green polished stone blocks your way.
Like there blocks my way, or where?
So this green slab blocks your way.
Can I investigate the door and see how like if there's a way to open it?
Sure. Roll me an investigation check.
Because I'm very good at those.
7? It's a wall that is obstructing your progress.
Is it beautiful door?
Roll me a perception check. It is a very pretty door. It is a pretty wall. It is a pretty green wall.
It's just like plain green color.
Yes, it is a polished green stone.
Kari's just gonna sit here with Fluffer Huggins admiring the green stone wall.
All right.
She doesn't need a lot in life.
As the rest of you finish your
She didn't
smokes,
ask for any of this.
what is your next course of action? You haven't seen Kara in a little bit.
I mean, you want to hear the story about what happened now or later, Fezzik?
Fezzik just gets up, still smoking, and just walks out.
Harpers say, "The story must hold, for now we must be bold."
I think he's just embarrassed that he did something that stupid. I'm just gonna head out.
And is anybody picking up either of the scepters on their way out?
No.
Sure. I'll stuff him in the bag.
I'll grab one.
Okay. So floats, yes? Was that floats that spoke up?
Tally's right there.
Tally is right there. I said I was grabbing them both and throwing them in the bag of
You know, I never thought Tally
So-
would be babysitting another character.
So
I'll
the
definitely roll to grab them first.
so the one is still sitting over here in the corner.
Yeah, and I'm right
And
there.
then- So wait, was it floats that spoke up?
I think so.
You said you were grabbing one, floats?
No, I'll let Tally grab them both and
Okay.
put them in the bag of holding.
So yeah, Tali, as you pick up both of them and you start to look them over, I know I'm asking a lot, but roll me an investigation check.
Ow. Ow, that hurts.
They are shiny. They're very shiny,
Nice.
and they're probably worth a good bit of money as you stuff them into your bag.
I'm gonna lick it.
And
I
as you lick it,
appreciate the dice gods.
it tastes like metal.
Okay, into the bag.
All right. So you have 2 golden scepters stuffed in your bag.
Okay. I'm going to go back to the broken piece of statue and spend the next couple minutes reducing the chunks into powder with my hammer.
Easy enough to do.
Can I insight check to see how much trauma Fezzik's gone through?
Sure, go for it.
It's a 17.
So, Fezzik, if deception or persuasion, your choice. Unless you're not even trying
Questions-
to hide it, and then you
Yeah, I
can
was gonna
just
say I don't
tell
even
him.
think he's hiding it. It's pretty just open for the
He's
public.
pretty tore up. Seems like he's seen some shit. And yeah, Fezzik, as you continue down this hallway, you come to the same room that Kara is standing in with Fluffer Huggins.
I'm
You
not
see-
standing. I'm literally sitting at the corner
Or-
hugging Fluffer Huggins while being very upset.
So she's sitting in the corner with Fluffer Huggins as you see a large green wall in front of you.
Carp is gonna say, "Time to punch, or we'll be someone's lunch."
So it's about 7 feet wide and 7 feet tall. And you are going to attempt to break it.
Yes,
Roll
Carp
me-
is.
I was gonna say, whoever the Fezzik and Carp both roll me perception checks.
I'll say, as Fezzik aims at the door, Rain will sort of reluctantly say, "Don't use force to break down the doors."
Oh my god, it's contagious!
By the way, when Fezzik comes around the corner and sees Kara with Fluffer Huggins, he puts like his cigarette up next to Fluffer Huggins to relight his cigarette.
Nice. Okay, so we had a
Kara
19.
appreciates that Fluffer Huggins proved to be useful once again.
So yeah, Carp, you two, perception check.
All right.
So both of you, as you're staring at this green wall,
20.
it's not necessarily completely opaque, and as you can see through it, you see the door on the other side.
We
And
can see the other side from.
so you're actually looking through this green wall, and it's not completely blocking your view, and you can see a door on the other side, behind the wall.
Carp is going to say, "My mind's eye descries this wall's lies." And he's
Does
going
he
to try
just-
and push. He's going to try and push the green wall like to the side.
Okay, and as you push, I need Kara, Fezzik, and Carp all to make me dexterity saving throws.
Yeah.
Would it be a disadvantage because I'm sitting down?
Sure. We'll say yes.
Mm. I feel like I shouldn't have said that.
17 is still pretty good.
Okay.
I know, but still.
So, as you push on this wall, it begins to tip over, and Kara and surprisingly enough, even from a seated position, Kara, you were able to get out of the way as well as Carp. But unfortunately, Fezzik, in his altered state, not really paying as much attention, this wall topples
Fezzik
over
is just
on top
like
of
just
Fezzik.
like takes a hit from a cigarette, and this wall just like shoots in.
Takes a hit from the wall as well.
And takes 11 points of bludgeoning damage as the wall falls
Holy
on top
fuck.
of him, as Fezzik is pinned underneath it.
Rain will rush forward and try to lift it off of him, obviously.
Roll me an athletics check.
I'm gonna help.
All right.
Fezzik is
so
just staring up at the ceiling.
Both of you.
Like, yeah, why not? Why not? Why wouldn't this happen?
So, Rain, as
I'm
you
not the
struggle,
strongest.
Kara attempts to aid you, and as she does, you both manage to pull this wall off of Fezzik. But the door is now exposed.
Hey, Fezzik, you know, why don't you take a little breather?
He just
As I
gives
help
like
him to his feet.
a silent, like, quick nod.
And I would say that at this point, Tali, you've probably finished powdering the statue and are managing to rejoin the group.
Alright, I'll be over here, making my way downtown.
Walking fast, paces fast, I'm homebound. Fezzik's just mumbling that to himself, like, walking fast, paces fast.
He's coping.
It's a good song.
Harp is going to look at Fezzik. They just say, "I am sorry. Here, have a bear." Oh wait, that's a bear.
Yo, I like to think all of that was in character.
Oh, sorry.
Like,
The
oh, wait a
fuck?
second, that doesn't rhyme.
I am sorry. Here, have some of my glory. And he'll hand Fezzik 2 more gold pieces.
What gold piece?
Fezzik just, his hands shakily go out to grab them. He's like, "You're reaching on that one."
All right. So we have a door in front of us.
Is it open?
It is closed.
Wait, did the door just like randomly hit Fezzik
So
and then
the wall,
stood up?
the jade wall that was in front of you, as Carp began to tamper with it, tipped over and fell on top of Fezzik.
And
So is the path
And the
clear
door
now?
is so the wall is now laying on the floor and the door is exposed.
oh.
Gotcha.
Wait, is the wall? It's made of jade.
Well, it is a jade color.
Trying the
It is
door
not
is
jade.
locked?
As you attempt to push open the door, it is unlocked.
Okay.
Are you moving in?
Well, I'll look behind at the others and kind of, just kind of catch their eye to make sure we're all on the same page
Yep,
before
yep.
slowly creaking it open.
All right. And as you open this door,
What the fuck is that?
Close the fucking door.
The door open.
And this is where we fight
open.
an Eldritch God.
I'm just imagining Rain like creaking the door open slightly and then creaking it back closed.
It's like,
Like, yeah, I think we're good.
wrong door.
Housekeeping.
housekeeping.
No.
Closes the door, we just slowly put the jade wall back where it was and walk away.
Oh.
Carp is
I'm
just
sure
going
he's a
to.
friendly old man.
Carp is just going to walk up. He's going to look, and he's going to say, "What a day!
So
Are you here to make us pay?"
So as you walk through, in the middle of this chamber is what can only be described as a withered, preserved form of a centaur mounted on a slab of marble, tinted green and decked out in a lacquer leather, feathers, and copper wire jewelry. The centaur holds a bronze half-plated pike tipped with a broad, blue-gray, flame-shaped spearhead. Scattered around the room are jewelry, knickknacks, all made of beaten copper, cut and polished obsidian, shells, quartz, and coral. Most of this treasure is at the feet of the centaur, symbolically being trod underfoot. 2 tall, urn-shaped, like wicker baskets, stand along the northern wall, each one filled with river stones. And as you walk up to it, Carp, the centaur, the head, turns and looks down at you. And as he addresses you,
Well,
Oh, it's gonna be a weird voice. I can tell.
yep, the Discord voice
I'm
change.
ready.
I hear something. It's I can't understand. You're a little bit quiet. Brass, you're a little bit quiet.
Can you hear me?
Yes, it's still quiet, but I can hear you now.
Who are you?
Wait.
So basically, he asks who you are.
Okay. Carp is going to say, I am a dragonfly trying to make by.
And the centaur chuckles a little bit.
And Carp is going to ask, all of this treasure, all of this wealth beyond measure, is this your treasure?
It is.
I wish
Rain-
Fezzik
Rain will
wasn't very.
Call out from behind him and say, "Well, do you require a toll or a fee of some sort?" Seems
And
appropriate.
as you ask, the centaur kind of motions back to the door and beckons the rest of you to enter.
Carp is going to say, it beckons us to enter. From where shall we spend our winter?
Mm.
I mean, not that smart, but that made no sense.
Kara is gonna wait at the door.
And
I'll
the
be
centaur
at the
is-
door.
The centaur looks around at everybody that entered, and it's kind of in a seated position. And as it looks around, you don't see its mouth move, but all of you hear it talk. As it says, "Why have you come to this temple?"
Rain will sit silently as he waits for Carp to think of a rhyme.
Carp is going to say, I came here because... Wait, fuck.
This is all in
In
character.
Everybody just sits and waits for
We're all just
figure
waiting.
out the next rhyme.
Okay, I got it. Carp is going to say, I came because the outside world is lame.
And the centaur kind of has a puzzled look on his face as he looks to anybody else for an explanation.
We were
Okay,
given a quest to
okay.
end this mess.
Kari's just gonna like walk in, come up to the Centaurus, look at Fezzik, pray to gods, and so well yes. We have a problem. Somebody is turning people into weird things, like up there.
And
We don't know if they were turned, but we don't know where they come from. But they say that they come from somewhere from here. And if you have any information on how to help the people up there to go to the place where they need to be, maybe you can share that information with us.
And as you say that, the centaur lets out a sigh. He says, I know the ones you speak of. They were not supposed to escape. She let them out. And I am here to make sure nothing else leaves. Only the dead are supposed to pass this door.
Oh.
But if you can bring an end to this and bring an end to the ones that are now dwelling above, I will let you pass.
Oh. So technically we need to bring them all back here so that they can go to the good place?
It kind of
But
looks
what
at
if
you
they
with
die
a
up
puzzled
there?
look.
What happens then?
Then they die.
So basically your solution to their problem is that we bring them all here and you somehow solve their problem.
They are not supposed to exist. They have been bound to this mine and cannot leave.
But what is their purpose? Like, do they have the particular job that they're like doing here? Like, is
They
there like
serve-
official like signature that they placed anywhere like to sign up for this? Like, how do I get into their position and how do I avoid it at all costs? Maybe.
They serve no purpose. They shouldn't even be wandering this realm.
Harp asks, if we win, will they be thrown in death's bin?
It is possible.
Do they deserve to die?
They did not
They're
deserve
already
to
dead,
leave.
aren't they?
And as you say that, he turns to you, Fezzik, and nods.
He turns
Car,
to who?
they're
Fezzik.
Oh.
Car, they're already gone. What's up? What's walking up there? That shouldn't exist. That's no existence. That's no living.
Right,
They're
is
stuck and they
correct.
can't move on.
And let's bring them back here then.
But do they want to come back here?
Well, if we tell them that that's the way out, it seems like they
But
preferred
is-
whatever their situation was to what it is now.
But don't you think that they would do it by themselves if they knew that it was this easy? Like,
Well, Rain will turn around and ask the centaur, why won't they come back?
Well, if they're brought back here, they will be imprisoned. If they're on the outside, when the hold is shattered, their souls will most likely leave the bodies they're in now.
And that's not alright with you?
That is acceptable. However, they cannot be allowed to roam freely outside of the area that I have allowed them to be in.
so basically you're saying whether they're alive or dead doesn't matter to you, but if they come here and you can close them, they can be alive for longer.
So, if we were to break the tether, would that be acceptable?
If their souls left this realm, then yes. Is that what you're here to do?
Well, we were asked to do. Not quite sure about whether we're going to follow through with that, but do you know of said tether? And even better, do you know what might happen if we were to break it?
I am but a guard. I am supposed to let no one exit that enters or has been encased inside this temple.
But this is a bit confusing as they
How
are
old are
allowed
you?
to exit the realm if their souls were allowed to pass.
I am not going to hold it against you. I'm not going to charge you to bring them back here and re-imprison them. There are much worse things down in there. That while what she did is running rampant, could potentially allow them to escape. I cannot leave my post.
Harp is going to ask, the she, who is this annoying bee?
She is a hag.
Carp's gonna die.
What does Centaur say?
Not.
No, not now.
The
This hag here's the call.
Word I believe you all use is hag.
Wait, oh, what'd you say? I didn't hear it clearly.
Hag is he says basically the term that you would use would be most akin to a hag.
If we
Can I?
Oh, go
I
ahead.
want to incite him and see. I want to incite him for two things. I don't know if this had to be two separate rounds. I want to see one, if we had to. Do I think this group could take this guy out if we needed to? And two, is he being honest?
Okay, roll me an insight.
Okay. Would I have to do two separate or just one? Good.
Roll me an
Nat 20.
insight and okay, I'll say that's good enough. So yeah, with a nat 20, you are not sure if you could take him out, but you do believe what he's saying is the truth, that he has been charged with protecting this gate to the lower levels.
Okay. I'm gonna point at some of the golden items around and be like, you guard this too?
This is my offering.
Oh, okay.
To us?
No. To me.
If we bring them all back down here and imprison them, and then we break the tether, will they be able to move on?
I would say whether they are here or not, if the tether is broken, they may be able to move on.
So in any case,
I am not
you will let
a
us
caster.
pass if we bring them back at last. Fuck! Why am I rhyming?
The choice is yours. If you bring them back to me, I will grant you passage. If you agree to sever the tie, I will grant you passage. I cannot say whether severing the tie. I cannot say whether severing the tie will allow their souls to leave their bodies, or if it will just unleash them on the world. I don't know.
Harp is going to ask, beyond yonder door, what lies on this floor?
If you pass through the door behind me, you will find the chamber used to reach the next level of this temple.
Do
Well,
we
I say
have
we
to
break the
go
tether.
there? Can we just like bring the people upstairs, downstairs, and call it a day, please?
We need to break
So-
the tether. That's the whole.
I don't think they'd want to come down here unless we force them. Do you know where the tether is by any chance?
In the pits of the temple.
Oh god. How far
Why
away is
don't-
that?
Last I've been there, it's quite a ways. You have to descend through 2 more floors.
Do you know of any dangers lurking in the shadows?
Many.
And I take it by not being able to leave your post, you mean this literal room?
That is correct.
Of this curious hag, what powerful tricks are in her bag?
This is so tempting. Kara is just gonna come back a little bit closer so that she can hear the rhymes.
She's very powerful, and I cannot speak of her intentions and why she would want to release things from this temple, but nevertheless, that seemed to be her objective.
Of her game, does she have a name?
Eva.
Well, if she set them, I'm not gonna rhyme. If the hag was the one who set them free, that sounds like it's probably a bad thing.
Probably.
So I think we should. I think we should tell them that in order for them to pass on, they need to come back down here, and then we sever the tie. Their souls will move on, and they won't be unleashed onto the world. that sound agreeable to everyone?
Kara does not
That's
care.
what I'm saying.
Summers.
So
Summer's chimes will lick winter's limes.
everybody, roll me an investigation check.
Sure, why not?
And I get to add my like double proficiency, right?
Sure.
Ah, that's kind of
So that's a 14.
So I would say Carp, Rain, and yours is you said 14, Fezzik?
Yeah.
So the three of you, from the talks of the people on the surface and the talks of this centaur, you get the gist why the people on the surface haven't come back down in here is that there is a chance once it's severed that their souls will not depart from their bodies. And that would leave them, again, imprisoned in this temple for God knows how long. Which is probably
didn't
why they
they-
haven't come back down here.
Didn't they ask us to sever it though?
They did, but on the
While
outside.
they're up
Alright.
top.
But they, yeah.
So we have their consent, and we have this guy's consent.
So
Everyone's
there
happy.
is a possibility that if you
And
go
Kara
down,
is not smart enough to know, so everybody's happy.
Arthur's
So
just going
there-
to say, "Rage, rage, break the invisible cage."
so there is a possibility that if you were to sever the tie, that if their spirits do not depart from their body, they would be able to move on from the mine.
But I mean,
So
the
there's-
centaur seems to be okay with that risk based on this conversation.
Well,
Yeah, but-
he wants it severed for everything else that's down in there to potentially not be a problem for him anymore.
Hmm.
For him, it's an acceptable risk to have those things unleashed on your world because he's a guard down here in
The
this
question
temple,
is,
and that's his job.
is it an acceptable risk for us to release yet another otherworldly creature into this realm and
Mm.
face the wrath of the Emperor?
I'm
And-
gonna have to say no on that one, especially because the reason they are free is the hag let them free. So that sounds like it's probably a bad scheme that she's trying to pull.
And so, like I said before too, Tali, you remember as you passed on the western, or no, it'd be the eastern sides of the mountains, coming down as you were huddled up in the tree that one night, the creatures that they encountered up top were the same ones that you encountered in the woods. So they have a small range that they're allowed to go outside of the mines, but they are basically kept to this small area.
Now,
Gosh.
from what
as
they
the
told
tether is
us,
working.
Fezzik, I don't know if you'll agree with me on this one, but they did say that the further they get away from here, the weaker they become. What if we could, I don't know, maybe trick them, tell them that if they come with us just a few ways away from this mine, then there's a way to free them, and then in their somewhat more weakened state, try to just take them all out?
Why don't we just?
Why
I think. I don't. First of all, I don't know if that would even work.
Can
Second
we
of
just be
all-
honest with poor people?
Do you have a
Well,
better
okay, no, we
trying
idea?
to
can't-
get out.
I think, Vikara, we can't be honest with them because they are not going to come back down here. Here's the thing: we cannot let them be unleashed on the world because this hag clearly wants that to happen. So we cannot let that happen. If we're going to prevent that from happening, they need to be down here. And I think the only way they're going to come down here is if we tell them that that's how they'll be freed.
And Rain is smiling a little bit, and he says, "You're sounding like yourself again, old man."
Yeah. I guess I gained a little wisdom. But point is, we're gonna have to get them down here, and we're probably gonna have to lie to them to do that.
All right. I will let you do whatever you need.
Well, I mean, like, what do you not agree with here? We can't let them free on the world.
There's a weighted risk
Kara
to both
is not
sides.
intelligent enough to perceive the situation around her.
Kara, I mean, we don't know what happened to Haddock for sure, but this might be a case where we have to pick between these gruesome-looking strangers up on the surface and us, the group.
Well,
Rain,
not to
you
put, like-
can do whatever you want. I don't care. Kara just gonna walk away.
All I'm
If
saying
that's
is that this is
okay.
what the hag wanted. She set them free. I don't see how going along with that is gonna help anybody.
You do whatever you need to do.
And I agree. So I guess back up to the surface then?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah,
And we'll
Centaur,
say-
we will sever this thing, and we'll try to get them back down here for you.
They may not go peacefully.
Yeah,
So we understand.
we're gonna just try lying first. That usually works with people, but I don't know if these qualify as people anymore.
Just beware the large ones. If you stand
Yeah,
too close, they may poison you.
Yeah, they told us something like that.
And
Thank you for the information.
don't let them hit you.
Fezzik, you took a pretty long hit of that hero's wart, right?
Mhm.
Should help with
Yeah.
talking a little, perhaps?
Yeah, it could help me.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, so the hero's ward, if you read it, it's basically you take a toke of it as a bonus action, and then any action you perform within that turn gives you a
Oh.
+3.
I thought that was
Yep.
just the proficient. Oh, okay.
You add the you add the +3 proficiency, but it has to be on the same turn you take the hit.
Okay. Can I say
So
that
it hits-
I haven't fully finished it then?
Yes, that's fine.
So it hits hard and fast, is what you're saying.
Yes. Yes, very much so.
And leaves just as fast.
That is correct.
I mean, it's like, you know how you get like the moment of like clarity when you hit, and then you just like sink into your high self.
Mm.
That is correct.
No, but
So is
Cool.
everybody going back up to the surface, or just
So
Fezzik?
you get high. Good to know. Good to know.
I
Good
will
job.
go with the
Yeah.
group.
Okay, so everybody's going back up to the surface then.
I will follow Fezzik's lead.
Oh, I was gonna talk to the Centaur man.
Oh, okay. So,
I'll wait till everyone leaves though.
I'm sure
Alright.
Tally will catch up. You know.
and
like
we'll
last
say
time.
that basically you
Mhm.
kind of reverse engineer the same scheme that you used to get in here to get out of here, and it's easy enough for all of you to make your way past the portcullis.
Sweet.
As you're making your way back,
Making my
Carp
way.
is going to say, "To the surface we must go, our hearts full of coal."
Mm.
Slant rhyme, slant rhyme.
So yeah, as they leave Tali, the centaur kind of looks at you curiously, waiting for you to ask it something or follow your friends.
She's a little curious. So, how long have you been here?
When one's here as long as me, you lose track of time.
She will tell him the current date. See if that does anything.
I don't know what this number means.
Well, now you know where to begin counting
So
from.
basically, it is older
Yeah.
than the calculation of time at this point.
World as fuck.
Yes. I mean, it's basically a mummified centaur. It's definitely old.
Well, now I know it's old as
Yeah.
fuck too, so that's always a plus. So I gather that everything in this room is its offerings to protect the place. And I had to vanish for a second, but the tether the hag itself?
No.
Okay. You don't like the hag, correct?
I love how nobody asked about like
don't
what
like-
happened with the stagers and stuff.
I don't like what she's done to this temple, no.
Can you ask about the scepters? Maybe.
I'm gonna ask about those. That's one of the other reasons I'm here. Settle down. You're not here.
I'm not there, but I'm anxious. I'm
Gone.
sorry.
I'm going to try and make a bargain. Dormont will come to bargain. If we were to possibly deal with the hag, may we be able to partake in a small piece of she'll gesture around to end her so she's no longer threatened desecrating her temple.
This treasure is mine. Anything else you find in the temple is fair game.
Oh, that's very fun. And then last she'll pull out the two golden stabby sticks, as she
And
will
as
refer to
soon
them.
as you pull out those scepters, the centaur's body language shifts. And he points his spear at you.
Whoa. I'm just asking if you knew what they were. They were in another room with statues, and they turned one of my friend into a statue, then we unstatued him.
The doppelgangers. They were locked
I
in
don't-
that room. And make me a charisma saving throw.
Oh, okay. I'm not great at those. Natural 1.
As the centaur points his spear at you, you feel the urge to tell him the truth, no matter what he
Gosh.
asks you.
She wasn't going to lie, but sure.
Now that I know your answers will be truthful, are you one of them?
No. And I wasn't going to lie to you honestly. I don't
Are
see the
they-
point.
Since you have the scepters, are any of your friends one of them?
No. We killed the first one, and then she'll like put the scepters in the bag for a second and pull out her hammer, and I crush the other one into paste.
Very well. Those two, let's just say they have caused quite an issue in times past. If they were to escape, that would be very troublesome indeed.
I don't think that they're gonna cause any trouble, one being dead and the other, and then she'll gesture to one of the coins and be like, being crushed to about that sized, so...
Very well. That puts me at ease. And you feel the grip loosen on your mind as the centaur reverts back to his seated position and takes his spear and reshoulders it.
What's your name?
I have no name. I am a guardian.
His name is Jeff.
And I
My
call
name's
you Bob
Jeff.
the Guardian.
You may call me the guardian.
Okay, the Guardian, I am Tally, the Emerald Hammer. And then she'll like stick her hand out to shake us.
And the centaur will reach its hand out to shake yours. And as it does, you can see that there's not a whole lot keeping that hand together, and you're kind of questioning how it is staying together as the strips of meat hang off of the bone.
Not enticing to eat, gotcha.
Very unappetizing. Although Tally has eaten worse.
Alright, and that's it. I'll just wave by and say, I'll see you later, Guardian Bob. And then leave.
My name's Jeff.
I mean, it is a centaur. Jeff does turn into a horse.
Wait a second.
It's Jeff's long lost brother.
It's his great grand.
Might I say that it's one of the not many horses that survived the encounter with our team. It's impressive.
Unfortunately, a centaur is not a beast, so Jeff would not be able to turn into this creature. So, as you guys all make your way back out to the elevator, it is still seated at the bottom of the tunnel.
I'm gonna go into the elevator.
Alright, so you guys step on. Are you attempting to, like, signal them up top, or
Yep.
Yeah, we'll like yank on the chain or whatever it is.
are you gonna yank their chain?
Mm-hmm.
I'm yanking your chain. That's not a euphemism.
I'll let the others know that I got the good feeling from the guard that he wasn't lying about anything.
It's reassuring.
and then inform them what he said about the things in this room, and he seemed happy that we murdered them.
Huh. Good.
Did you happen to bed him also, Tally? And if you did, is he still alive?
Rain,
Mm.
I'm
It
gonna
was a
punch
joke.
you.
Tally's just gonna sit there, and she's not mad. She's like thinking.
Just trying to lighten the mood. We've all been through a lot.
And yeah, as
I
you
don't think it'd be very fun.
tug on the cord, the elevator is brought back up to the top.
On the way, Carp is going to ask, "How will we get down if we make them frown?"
Well, that's a pretty smooth talker. Sometimes.
I can throw you down, and you can scream until you hit the ground.
See, the problem, Carp, is we don't even know what question you just asked. I don't know what you just said. I'm gonna be honest, buddy. Could you rephrase?
Fezzik, you don't comprehend the message he tried to send?
I take out a gun and I shoot myself. The gun I had this whole time in my prison wallet, and I shoot myself.
Roll for suicide.
No, just okay. Just go on the elevator.
And as you guys are hoisted back up to the top, all of these creatures are standing there awaiting as the one who had previously let you down looks at all of you. Were you able to sever the tie? Does not feel like you have.
And then Fezzik takes out the cigarette and starts smoking it.
All right.
And then he says,
Blow
We,
his face like.
we found we know where the tie is, and we figured out what we got to do to set you guys free forever. But I know you're not gonna like this, but you have to be back down there for it to work.
Roll me a deception or persuasion, because what you're saying is not necessarily true, but even if it was, you would still have to persuade them, so I'll give you either or
I'm gonna roll deception, then I get +3.
to your proficiency.
That's a
yes.
23.
Let's go.
And
Hell
with that,
yes.
the main one looks at you and says, Are you sure this is
Yep.
the way?
I know you didn't want to be there, but yeah, it sounds like if you guys are up here when we sever it, you're gonna be stuck like this.
As long as we're not imprisoned in there for any longer, then
We'll make sure that
we will follow.
we'll unsever it as quick as possible. But just,
And with-
make sure to keep your distance.
With a 23, you have successfully persuaded them to follow you back
Oh.
down into the mines. So we'll say that as one by one, everybody's kind of shuttled back on to the elevator and then pushed, everybody's kind of getting on and they're doing a couple loads one by one. All of them are collected at the bottom of this mine shaft, and as the last one who's operating the elevator, as you see he's left at the top, he jumps. And
Oh.
as he jumps, he hits the ground right in front of you with a sickening thud as his bones crack and his body disfigures. And then he begins to stand back up. Okay. Lead the way.
Oh, now he's rhyming too.
Yeah!
And take another puff.
Tally would like to vomit.
Out of
I
all
would
people,
also
you.
like to.
And without
people.
without
Oh, no, not
shuffling
from the rhyming spreading.
Oh. Okay, that makes more sense.
The rhyming.
and without shuffling all of them back down in here, we'll say that the rest of you manage to collectively put them inside the room that the previous doppelgangers were in, and you inform the centaur that that is where they are standing by, and as the centaur nods, he gestures towards the door behind him.
Do we need to go there?
That's where it is.
Would Fluffer Huggins still be there?
I would say at this point you are probably running down to like maybe 20 to 15 minutes left on Fluffer Huggins.
Damn, everything happened so fast. Literally, like we killed Doppelganger.
You summoned him back with the doppelgangers.
Damn. That's a lot of shit to happen in an hour. In 40 minutes, I mean. I mean, he wasn't doing a lot of stuff. Can I look
Yeah, is everybody
behind the door?
Is everybody moving back to the room with the centaur?
Yep.
All right, cool. So yeah, who's opening the door?
Art kicks down the door.
Stand far back.
And
I
as
shall
you
get in front of Car and be a meat shield.
Aww.
open the door, you see a room and what appears to be a basin.
Carve climbs down.
And as you enter the room, you can see... So, the room is small and plainly decorated. On the north end and south sides are fountains made of bronze inlaid marble. The northern one is cracked and only a dry, limey deposit remains in the bottom of it. The southern one contains about 2 feet of dark water, fed by a trickle that falls from a fountain that you're not sure where the water source is coming from. In the water is a white, gauzy form of a crayfish that lies on another bed of lime incrustations. And on the eastern wall there lies a covered pewter basin. So basically, this basin is empty and cracked. This basin has about 2 feet of water in it, and I will also say, is anybody actually going up to look down in this basin?
Art is.
Okay, yeah, so Carp's investigating. So yeah, as Carp, you
Yes.
look down, not only do you see that form of a crayfish, but you also see 2 glass bottles with some liquid. Roll me a perception check. This is dark water. With a 17, you can see that inside the glass bottles there appears to be a red substance.
Loot! Loot in this well's boot!
And what about this third one?
So that is actually
Variable
covered.
sign.
It's covered.
It is covered. It is a covered pewter basin.
Covered by a lid,
Yes.
a removable lid.
If you would like to try to remove it, you may.
I suppose I should first check for traps. I'll check the room for traps.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Does not appear to be trapped.
Yes.
Yay! Nat 20. Yeah, well, let's lift that lid.
Let's see. Da-da-da-da. Let me. Where was? One moment. Sorry, I set a DC for this, but there it is. Okay, so roll me an athletics check.
Could somebody please help?
Do you want me to just do it?
Yes, and Rain will just stand back.
I mean, you could assist me if you want.
I won't even bother.
Fine, fine. I mean, I'll give it a shot. I'm not gonna rage because I don't want to waste anymore. But that is a natural 20, so.
And
Mm.
easily enough, you scoot the lid off, and inside this pewter basin, you see a hole.
How far down is the hole? Or how big is the hole?
Roll me a perception check.
Oh, dang it. Alright. Oh, that was gonna be a second nat 26.
Can Fluffer Huggins jump into that hole?
Sure. If you would like to. If
Sure.
you'd like to send him in there. So yeah, as Fluffer Huggins plops down this hole, it lights it up, and even with a 6, you can see that it's about 10 feet down. It's not very far.
Does Fluffer Huggins see anything?
So, can you see through Fluffer Huggins' eyes?
I think maybe. I'm almost sure. But who knows?
If it's so familiar, I think you can. I don't know if it's just
Action while some wild spirit, your choice creature must succeed. This threat to companions, a base you might command. See this creature against statistics.
So you can command it.
I can
You can
command
teleport with
it.
Shares your initiative count, takes its turn after you.
You want to just send
Dodge
Barrow down there?
action. I do not believe you can see through its eyes. Friendly to you, obeys your commands. Uses your proficiency. You determine spirit's appearance and spirits.
How far down did Fluffer Huggins go before
About
he
10
10
feet.
feet.
It's only 10 feet deep. It's not that deep.
I'm gonna jump in.
And Tully, as you jump in,
Just land on top of Fluffer Huggins. He just like splatters. And
you see that this tunnel stretches on for quite a ways. And was anybody grabbing the stuff out of the other basin?
I think the carp was looting it heavily.
So
Well,
Carp
Carp
didn't
hasn't
say.
actually. Yeah, so Carp is actually. Yeah, Carp is going to return back. Is he going to look at the water? He looks at his own reflection and he simply says, "Seize the day, for there is a way." And he's going to touch the water.
With his arms or with his face?
And as you touch the water,
Turn into a fish.
let's see. One moment.
He just wanted to be a poet fish. All along.
One second. Oh, crap. Of course, I didn't use that one.
Unfortunately, my time has come. I must skedaddle skadoodle.
So this is the
Skedaddle,
last
skedaddle.
part. I was actually just about to end with this because it would be a great cliffhanger.
Dang.
As you touch the water,
What
A
the fuck is this?
watery spirit comes out and grabs you, Carp. Make
Alright.
me... Actually, never mind. So... Does a 20 hit?
20 does hit.
So as this creature rises up out of the water, you see it hit Carp. and pull him into the basin.
What the fuck?
And Carp, you are restrained within the water,
Mm-hmm.
and you take 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
What the fuck is this?
And that is
Fezzik.
where we will end tonight's session.
Fezzik looks at the camera and he says, "Talk about a fish out of water."
Yuck, yuck!